It's time to go!
Hello everyone and welcome to the big game. Man City versus Arsenal. Who's up for this? Because I am buzzing. We're going to do the team lineups. Diesel will be with us shortly. Oh, I need to quickly send... I'll do that in a second. I've got to send... We'll have Glenn on here. We'll have Stan. We will have Diesel. I'm buzzing for it. We've got Man City. It looks pouring down with rain at the Etihad, as we all know it. Who we got? We've got Daniel, who's come over with us. We've got David. We've got the Saint. We've got Jarhead. We've got one Arsene Wenger. Delwyn Jones. David. Arsene Wenger in here. Jake, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Diesel will be with us in any second. We will have Glenn and Stan joining us. I'm really up for this. Everyone, while we're waiting, get in your predictions. You think I'm going to give the lineup in a second, but what do you think your prediction's going to be? Let me just send Glenn and Stan the link. I've had to come straight over from the other one, so sorry, I should have been a bit more organised. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Message. Glenn and Stan. Yes, so let's get on to the team news. And here it is. We have got, for Arsenal, the team lineup is, we have got Leno in goal. We've got Tierney left back, Mustafi, Villa, Mari and Bellerin as a defence. We've got Guendouzi and Xhaka. We have got Saka, Willock and Nketiah. And we've got Aubameyang up front. You know it, Aubameyang. And Man City's team, we have got Edison in goal, Walker, Garcia, Laporte, Mendy. We've got Silva, Godonga, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Jesus and Sterling. And on the bench for Arsenal, we have got Ceballos, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Pepe, David Luiz, Reece Nelson, Martinez, Kosniak and Martinelli. I'll tell you what, we haven't had a bench like that for at least 2 years. We've got some great players to come off the bench. My thoughts. Hold up before we get my thoughts. Diesel's back.
Yay! Come on!
Diesel. Take the fault for a second. Announce everyone that's in the chat. I'll be 2 seconds.
Right, who have we got? Daniel Carty. Loved your message earlier, mate, in the previous stream. Thank you very much, bruv. Thanks for tuning in. David Dundas, top man. Thank you, mate. The Saints with us from day one. Love you. Jahed, my guy. Back again. One Arsene Wenger. Hope you're well, mate. Delwyn Jones. Delwyn, no words said, mate. Love you. You know that. David O'Donovan. New one, I believe. Hope you're well, David, mate. Nice. Thanks for tuning in. Jake, my guy Jake, love you to bits, mate. Top man. Your support for us has been brilliant, mate. I'm loving the messages, and obviously we chat quite a bit on Insta. Thanks, mate, much appreciated. Plain Mod. Oh, we've got some newbies to tell. What's going on? Nice one, thanks, mate. Lonestar Londoner. I love Lonestar. So much time for the geezer. The Urban Ghost, back again. Thanks, mate. Stephen Somerville. Archie, another real one. Hope you're well, mate. Cliff Bus. God, some newbies tell. I'm loving it. It's everybody old ass. I thought it was just me. You and all representing. That's what we like to see. Nice one, Cliff.
I've sent the right one. Go on, 2 seconds, mate.
The River Knight. Hope you're well, mate. I think that's it.
Stan, apologies.
Right, lads.
How you doing?
On, Stan.
Come on, Stan. Please be
Hello, Baldy, Stan. Come on.
Are you keeping this positivity going, Stan?
Sod it, Stan. Sod the hat. Sod it. You know what? Look. Hey.
Now, here's the thing, right? If we win today, you can't wear the hat again.
Oh, mate.
You can't wear it again.
Bold and proud, mate. Bold and proud.
How is everyone?
I'm good, mate.
Yeah.
Good.
All good, mate. We're buzzing, mate. We're excited. We're buzzing. Let's see how long we're buzzing for, but we're buzzing. Stan, what's your take on the lineup, mate?
I was just looking at the lineup. A lot of fans said that they wanted to see something a bit different, didn't they? You know, and what I take away from this lineup the most is the two players that we're trying to keep, Aubameyang and Saka, Arsenal seem to be showing their intent by starting them both in their favoured positions, which is what I was hoping to see. Because if we'd gone about it as business as usual, let's say we played Saka at left back and Aubameyang out on the left, what sort of message are you sending to the players that you're trying to get them to sign? So I'm pleased about that. The only I'm not sure about the way that I'm looking at the setup. Eddie Nketiah out there on the right. He looks like one of them shooting, you know.
I've got my TV out. I don't know what's happened to it. 2 seconds.
It's a little bit like a square peg in a round hole again, isn't it? You were saying a little bit earlier, Diesel, about playing these, buying players and or playing players constantly out of their position.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, right? There's a lot of players we could have put out on the right-hand side. We could have started with Pepe there. We could have started with Reece Nelson there. There's two. But he's putting Eddie Nketiah out there. But also as well, I'm glad to see that we're playing Pablo Mari because we need to know, right? We need to know whether he's worth, keeping. Yeah. Whether he's worth us spending money on. So we've got to play him. So I'm glad to see what he's going to be like because I've not really seen anything from him. What about yourself?
I feel the same about Cedric. I think that's why I picked Cedric to start because we haven't got him for long.
Is he back to fitness?
It's been 3 months, mate. I thought so. Mind you saying that he's not on the bench, is he? No. Now, you would have assumed he would be on the bench. But in saying that, we've got Maitland-Niles on the bench, and I would have put him ahead of Bellerin. I think he's a better right back. It's just the attitude. I'm hoping he's got it sorted.
So what's your thoughts on the biggest omission?
Oh, mate, I'm buzzing about that. Do you know what? I'll be honest, Stan, I genuinely thought he was going to pick him, and I just thought, do you know what? That is an absolute schoolboy error. It's an away game, and it's against a team who will out-press us, outwork us, out this, out that. That Man City, they work incredibly hard, especially off the ball. And I've always said we need runners, high engines, big engines. And Ozil's not that. He's a luxury player at best, in my opinion. I
mean, I'm not really a religious man, but I would say that for the past few days, I have been quietly praying to the big man, and he's obviously heard me because not only has he kept out Ozil, he's kept out Luis as well. He was definitely listening to me on that night.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm surprised. I must admit. I'm happy about it, but I am surprised that Ozil's not part of the squad. I think we see a comment earlier on. I think maybe something went on behind the scenes or something, which is why he's not travelled with him. But
if something has gone on behind the scenes, then basically this is Ozil now acting up under every manager since Wenger. He's kind of been a little bit of a disruption if something like that has happened. And it did seem to me that, Mikel Arteta was trying to wipe the slate clean. And there was a lot of comments about how they've played together and they know each other. Yeah. So if it's some kind of indiscipline, I'll be surprised at that.
Yeah. No, exactly. I don't think it's an injury, Stan, or anything like that. Apparently, someone in the last stream sort of said he didn't turn up for a planned meeting or something like that. So Arteta said he would discuss it or he would explain the reasons behind it afterwards.
Okay, be interesting.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was going to say, Jake. Yeah, they've got. Is it Garcia? I've never really heard of him. But listen, that could be classed as a weakness. Let's exploit that weakness. They've got a young kid starting at centre back.
Is that through a need, or they've just they just want to use him in this game. Because I remember the last time that we played City, I think it was Sterling was coming back from an injury. And it was at the time when everybody was clamouring for Phil Foden to get more minutes. And I found it quite telling that the game that he chose to bring back an injured player and a young player to get minutes was against us, which kind of made me think of, you know, the kind of regard that he holds Arsenal in. So if he's got this young kid playing, is that for a need because there's no one else? Or again, is it like, you know, we'll give him a run out against Arsenal?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, exactly. Me personally, I would take that as an absolute insult. To me, that's our team talk done. You know
yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah. How we doing, Glenn? You all right, mate?
No, I just saw the starting lineup.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh
right,
my God!
Lineup just before we
come on, Grant.
Quickly.
I obviously he's going for speed. Oh, that hurts. I don't like it, but I trust in Arteta.
Well, quickly run through it just in case anyone's joining us late. Man City's starting 11: Edison in goal, Cole Walker, Garcia, Laporte, Mendy, Silva, Godongan, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Jesus, and Sterling. And for Arsenal, starting 11 is Bert Leno, Bellerin, Villa, Mustafi, Tierney, Xhaka, Guendouzi, Nketiah, Willock, Saka, and Aubameyang. Just give us your quick, please all start with you. Excuse me. Your quick, sorry, bloody hiccups there. Give us your quick thoughts on the team lineup and your score prediction. Everyone in the chat, let us know and all.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick to what I said. I think we're gonna have a look at both teams. I've always said I personally think we're gonna lose this 3-1. Having seen the team line up, I'm not changing my mind at all. I still think it's gonna be 3-1. I just think they just got class. Or, you know, their front line, especially if you look at Man City's bench as well. They've got game changers in their team, a hell of a lot more than ours. And I'm not ecstatic about our lineup, if I'm honest. But saying that, you know, look, we could be proven wrong. He might have a plan. It might come off, and if it does, he'll be classed as an absolute genius. But yeah, I do think we'll lose 3-1, mate. If I'm honest.
Yeah. Stan.
Well, before I saw the lineups, I was thinking maybe we could nick a cheeky draw, maybe a 2-2. But now that I'm sitting in front of the TV and I'm seeing both of these lineups, I think it's a case of damage limitation because, as Diesel said, man, there's a lot of quality going through that team, and the only unknown in that team is the centre back, the young kid they got playing.
Yeah.
So let's hope that we can keep it respectable. And as I said before, I don't mind if we lose today, as long as it's the manner of the loss for me.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, Stan. Green?
Like I said, I saw the starting lineup. I was less confident in my 2-1 prediction of a win, but I see he's going for speed. Springer, you asked what I was smoking. We don't want to demonetize this video, so I can't tell you. But that was my holy crap. Look at that starting lineup. Yeah, so you know, I'm confident in Arteta. Is it raining there? I think I see rain. Yes.
Yeah, it's chucking it down. Yeah.
Another advantage for us. So yeah.
Oh, bloody
Ow! Who did that? That's not me. I hope. If that's me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm less confident in but we have 5 substitutions, so screw it.
We're kicked off, boys. We're kicked off. We are off. Our season has restarted. We're all buzzing.
All right, here we go.
Man City, Arsenal. Come on. In Arteta, we trust. For me, I'm going to go 100% behind Arteta. He's picked a team, I think, that are going to have a lot of legs. He must know Man City's weaknesses, and that's why he's gone for this team today. So for me, I'm totally behind Arteta. Come on, Arsenal. Let's do this.
I'd like to just add something here for the people that are watching this and not just listening to it. I am 20 seconds behind you guys, so it's going to be odd when we score and win this game that I'll be cheering 20 seconds later.
I've got a feeling that I'm on the same timeline as Glenn.
Well, it seems really weird still seeing no spectators at the ground. I mean, it's empty at the Emirates. I don't know if you can see. I'm proper social distance in here. There's no one in the stadium behind me if you can see me. So I'm all safe, everyone. Don't worry. Do you know what I mean?
So look, because of the time lag, right? If anything happens with me and Glenn, it would be like a replay.
Like, see, I just heard and now I'm just seeing what that was about. Yeah. No, don't worry about us, guys. I'm glad to be here with you. This is like hanging out, as you would say, in a pub. I friggin' love it, and I'm just glad to be here. Thank you for the invite.
No, glad that you boys are on board with us. We love having you on, Stan and Glenn. Not only that, you're our American and Canadian representatives for over there. Do you know what I mean? So it's brilliant to have people from all around the world.
Thank you. Right back at you.
Yeah, I'm from Peckham, but via Canada.
New York, Paris, Peckham.
This time next year, we'll win the Champions League. Is that it?
If he was a true Canadian, we'd be talking about the Vancouver Canucks right now. So I'm not worried about it.
Tahir, sorry, mate.
Oh, crap.
Hold up. I think he's given. What's he done here? I think he's given a free kick to Man City just outside the box.
I thought that was in the box in. Blimey, that was close, wasn't it? Seen that? I've seen Bellerin's haircut.
Free kick just outside the area here.
Yeah, it was Mari on Sterling. A little bit high. Tahir, sorry, mate, just to answer that. To be honest, I think goals need to come from all over the pitch. I think we are very, very heavily reliant on Aubameyang. I think a lot of the other players need to step up, but we need more goals from the wings. And we definitely need a goal scoring midfielder. So yeah, to obviously share the goals out. If Aubameyang's not on form, we're not getting goals from anywhere, really, are we? So yeah,
De Bruyne with the free kick just outside the box. Oh, did he say? I think he saved it, Leno. I think he tipped it over the bar. He tipped it up. Let's have a look. It's going. Yeah. Good save, Leno.
I haven't even gotten to the kick yet. There we go. There it is. Oh, nice save.
Yeah, it was a save. Yeah.
Quick comment, guys. What surprised you most about the starting lineup? For me, it's Mari. I don't like the idea. I know he's a good distributor of the ball, but I don't like it.
For me, I don't know, to be honest, Glenn. Like I said, I mean, it was like a pick a mix, really, out of all them defenders at the moment. Let's be honest, because we don't know which one is our best one. I mean, bloody hell. Xhaka's on the floor already injured. He looks like he's proper injured. I mean, that's a great for me. Absolutely great. But he looks like he's gone over Guendouzi. He's gone over his own player, and he looks like he's proper injured himself. He's on the floor at the moment, boys.
Ozil's probably outside in the car waiting for him.
While we have a moment here where there's no game and we're all on the same page, I just would like to give major props to the Premier League for the Black Lives Matters on the back of these jerseys and the kneel and taking a knee before the game. My God, I almost teared up when I saw that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well said, Glenn. And he's all touched on it earlier on. It's fantastic what they're doing. What are they doing? What are they running down? What are they showing? It's definitely looks like he's done something here. It looks like they're going to put a fin on his legs. So,
well, you know what? If Ceballos has to come in for him, I think we've improved the team.
Exactly. I'm happy with that, to be honest. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because we've got 5. We can have 5 players, can't we? 5 subs. So
the Lord really did hear my prayer because I did mention Xhaka.
Is Ceballos warming up?
No, Tobias said, yeah, he's gone to. I don't know why he didn't have his top already. But how you doing, Tony? Hope you're well, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Come on, City. Come on, home.
All right, come on. Bring a stretcher out and bring Tobias in. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get
Oh, there's the stretcher.
Yeah, he's on the stretcher, mate. He's on the stretcher and he's going off.
Okay, let's get Tobias in there.
Thanks, James.
Cheers, James.
Wait,
Thanks,
come on,
James.
guys. Call it. Who you want to replace him? Call it.
Tobias.
I didn't hear it. Stan, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Tobias has to be.
Oh,
really.
okay.
Listen, I think that's a great move, to be honest. Tobias, he's gonna improve the play straight away. At least when we get the ball, we're gonna go forward.
Yep.
We'll get on the attack on the front foot straight away. I think it's a great move, to be honest.
Our link up play has just drastically improved.
Exactly.
You know what? I'll be honest. As much as I can't stand Xhaka, obviously, I don't wish injury upon any player. But let's be honest. I mean, we know especially us two. I think you, Stan, as well. We did have Ceballos in our original team, in our lineup anyway. So it could be a blessing for us.
Yeah,
absolute blessing. But that just goes to show the lack of fitness.
Also, I want to see whether Danny Ceballos is worth pursuing, whether he's worth spending money on.
This is a story. This is a story.
He's on the ball straight away, just outside the box. Eddie, 10 games in the box. Oh,
I didn't see it.
Unlucky. I tell you what, straight away, Glenn. Exactly what we was talking about there. And Dan,
he got
on the attack.
Yeah.
He's trying to put a ball through.
Now I'm seeing what you're talking about.
Oh, Jesus, that's a place kicking it. And it's gone out for a corner. City's got a corner now.
Go on, David. So true, mate. Isn't it? No difference.
All right.
We will reveal that tomorrow, Delwyn. But thank you for picking that up anyway, mate. The ball's come in the box. Come back. Oh, it's gone out. It's gone out for a place. No, Reds. How can you say that's a corner? It's come off of Sterling.
Right, Treasure.
So I'm on the first corner right now.
In Mahrez is shirt. Oh
So-
no, it has. It's come off the Bellerin. It's come off the Bellerin. I stand correct.
What are your thoughts of having Mustafi in there next to Murray? Because I mean, the choice was probably him, Socrates, or Luis, right? And I'm not really fond of any of it. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't like Murray because he's coming from a significantly lower league, and I think he's being thrown into this too quickly against City, one of the best teams in the world. I don't like Murray in there. I just don't. Not from the league he's coming from. No.
Well, we need to see whether he's good enough, right? He's had a lot of rest now because when he first came to us, they were saying that he was a bit tired. He wasn't quite fit. So he must be at the same level now as everybody else. We've got to see whether these guys are worth pursuing.
It's the quality of the competition for me. I don't like seeing. Can you guys hear me? Because my freaking phone is ringing over here, annoying the hell out of me.
I just want to say Arsenal's record in 2020 has just come up on Sky. 8 games, 4 wins, 4 draws, no defeats, 4 clean sheets.
Not too shabby.
Anyway, so this game, now that Ceballos is in there, there's a story inside the story here because Arsenal fans are split on whether we want him for another season on loan. And if he can show us that link-up play like he did when he first came in, I think that would convince a lot of fans that, like me, believe he needs to stay another season and start.
Archie, mate, listen, that's a very good point you made there, mate. That could come back to haunt us. Let's hope it's not a serious one. And also, massive big up to our friend of the channel, Flo Zanelli.
How you doing, Flo? Hope you well, mate. Hope you well. Why are we about with it there? Come on, stop being silly. Tierney now running down the left, taking on De Bruyne, and he took him on. Oh, great place to buy. Oh, well done, Tobias. Unlucky.
Go on, Kieran. Go on, Tierney. Go. I do like Tierney. I'm not going to lie. I do.
Obviously he needs the rest of this season to bed himself in still. Do you know what I mean? Into the Premiership with the unfortunate injuries he's had too. But I just hope he can stay injury free and he's not like a Debussy who we bought a few years ago, boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
if he can stay fit, I could see him being a potential future Arsenal captain. You know.
Okay.
Tierney.
Oh yeah, we're better with that.
Wait, who are you talking about? I was watching the game. I didn't hear who you're talking about.
Kieran Tierney.
Oh yeah, I love him. Absolutely love him.
Yeah.
If you listen to him when he speaks in his interviews, he's very articulate. He's got a good way of talking. You know, putting himself across.
Yeah.
Oh,
also, Stanley, he's a lot tougher than he looks as well.
You're going to play it through Sterling. Sterling's on. Bellerin's got back. Sterling. Well done, Bellerin.
Look at De Bruyne. The way he just glides in the pit.
And now Arsenal charging forward. Come on. Tobias. To ready. Let's load it up a bit now.
I thought it was quite funny, Diesel. I think it was back in the winter. You'd see pictures on the training ground of Ozil with his like snorkel jacket on, snood. Yeah. And then behind him, you see Kieran Tierney, like short sleeves. Got his shirt
old school.
Rolled up even higher.
Old school, mate. Old school. Tierney. You can tell he's part of that. You know, he's a young player, but he's... Yeah, honestly, I do like Tierney. I do like. He just needs a run, Stan. I just hope he's not injury prone. I just hope he's not injury prone.
Yeah. My exact thoughts. I love the guy. I love his potential. I'm just worried he's going to be injury prone, like Bellerin. So hopefully he's not.
Come on. So you should have sent him, Eddie. Oh, well done. All right, Bellerin there on the right hand side to Saka. Saka on the right wing. Popping it in. Oh, Willock. No, Eddie, what were you doing? That was unlucky. That's first chance on goal. I don't know what he done here. He just sort of like passed it and tried to get a corner. It come off his knee.
Is it me or is Saka playing? Saka's playing on the right, isn't he?
Yeah, Saka's playing on the right wing. I don't understand that.
All right, I just saw what you were talking about. That wasn't as easy as it looked. To be honest, guys, at the moment, I think we look not too bad in this first sort of 13, 14 minutes. So let me ask you. Let me ask you guys, if we weren't doing this watch along, would you do natural noise or fake crowd noise?
Natural noise.
Yeah, me too.
Natural noise. Yeah. No one would I fake. Why would you do that? I don't understand that. Who would want that?
I don't get it either, but I'm in the minority opinion here in the States. Most people like it. I hate it. They're literally using the FIFA 20 soundtrack for that. They are. I'm not kidding. It's not even a joke.
I was listening to the game that was on earlier that you were doing the watch along to, the Villa game. And I swear to God, every now and again, I could hear like a vuvuzela going off.
Oh my gosh. I hated those things. I know it's a cultural thing, but I freaking hated those things.
Tobias is on there. I leg up from De Bruyne. Well, I think that was a 50-50, to be honest.
All right. You know what? Terry, you are going to have to be a better radio play-by-play guy because you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And then I have to wait. And then I have to wait 30 seconds to see what the heck you're talking about. So you got to be a better radio play-by-play guy.
I would try and be quiet, but I don't think I've got the.
No, I don't want you to be quiet. I just want you to describe it like you're on the radio because I don't want to. I almost muted you guys, but I'm like, no, they're talking about too much interesting stuff. So just if someone scores, just say it. Don't go, oh my God.
Bellerin here, great ball to Tobias, Tierney. Oh, we've got some space here. Tierney on the left. Play Aubameyang in. Go on. Aubameyang's on the left. Cross it over, but I think that goes out for a corner. I'll tell you what, I'm liking it. I'm liking the way we're set up, boys. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling about this. I really have. I don't know why.
And that was outstanding play-by-play. Thank you.
We've got a corner for Arsenal. 15 minutes gone. City's had a couple of chances. Arsenal's had a chance with Benteke. We've got another chance here. It looks like Saka's taking the corner.
He's gone out for a corner.
Saka over the corner.
They're moving the ball about quite well, though, aren't they?
Yeah. You know what I think it is, right? Today, I think it's a case of who wants it more. I think that's going to determine who's going to win this. Who wants it more?
Okay,
You know?
Mister, we're going to lose 3-1. Who wants it more? Think about it. Who wants this game more right now?
I still think we're going to lose. Man City have a habit of they do start slow and they find their rhythm. All right, we can't allow. We need to press for the whole game. Don't give them any time on the ball, because as soon as they find their rhythm, we're in trouble.
You know
Whereas
what?
you look at Liverpool from the off, they're on you, right? You know what I mean? But
You know what, Diesel, all fair points, and I completely agree with you. And I'm sorry that I wiped out that little spark of optimism that you had. I apologize for being. I'm serious. I apologize for being a jerk, because you were positive, and I opened my big fat mouth. So I'm sorry.
No, silly mate, that was silly. No, it's.
Listen,
I mean, we're moving it around, Will, aren't we? You know, we're moving it around, Will.
The only problem is for me is that we haven't got the players and the team to do that at the moment. Be like Liverpool. That's what I mean. We haven't got that, so we've got to go do what's best for our team at the moment. And
we had a lot of games, didn't we, before
take the game to them. Don't get me wrong. Take the game to them, and we've got to run for 90, 95 minutes. I've been saying that for ages. Once he gets the players that can do that, like Liverpool, I think we will be amazing. I really do under Arteta.
We had a lot of games before football stopped where in the second half we just ran out of steam. I don't know if you noticed that. So I hope we've got over that, because they started pretty well here.
The comparisons between us and Liverpool a few years ago are kind of scary. But I'm very confident also, guys.
The stats have just come up. First half possession in 18 minutes is 50-50. And it is. You are right, mate. Fully agree with that. He's put, lads, it's good to see Arsenal not just sitting back and letting City come at them. I have a feeling you're going to see this more often under Arteta, trusting Arteta. Exactly, mate. You're exactly right.
Yeah, Terry, you wanted Unai out a lot sooner than I did. It's nice to have a manager that is positive. Exactly
that. And you're totally right there, Glenn. Man City have got the ball just on the left-hand side in our half. They're just passing it around at the moment. Walker is making some big mistakes. I've never rated him, to be honest, me personally. I don't know about you, Carl Walker.
It's going to be interesting to see who start passing the ball backwards and sideways first.
Oh, Ceballos, that was unlucky. Well played, Ceballos. That was so unlucky there. He tried to play a through ball to a bummy and you see him running. No, Willock, I think that is. No, Eddie and Nketiah. I will get it right. Eddie and Nketiah. He tried to get him on the front foot. Xhaka.
Yeah, I just saw that pass. That was a nice try. Just missed.
If that was Xhaka, he'd have passed it back.
Yep.
Window wiper, mate, side to side.
Yeah. It's a great start, though. I mean, 20 minutes gone. I think we've started really well, boys. I don't know about yous.
Mm-hmm. Yes, hardly any agita at all.
Walker's on the right-hand side. Mari's gone past Mari. He's in the box. He pulls it back. There's no one there. Oh, that was lucky. We look now. Saka. Well played, Saka. Oh, come on, ref. He's pulled him back. He's pulled.
Oh.
The poor has pulled Saka there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free kick for Arsenal in our own half. But Carl Walker got right into the box, passed it back, and there was no one there whatsoever. That was lucky. But he should be booked for pulling the shirt like that player.
I'll tell you what, though, about Carl Walker, man, he has got some rapid pace, isn't he?
He is fast. But that's about what he's got.
Yeah, similar to Bellerin, isn't it?
You are so vicious.
Marvin's gone down now. Marvin's gone down injured. He looks like he's going to have to come off. I mean, this is everything for us, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Well, look, this is why there's 5 substitutions, because guys are going to get these little pains, nicks and pains. As I said earlier, he was the most surprised I was at the lineup selection today. I would like. Is David Luiz healthy? Is he on the bench?
Yeah, he's on the bench. But I mean, come on, what 2 injuries within 20
You know
minutes?
what?
Ridiculous.
This is what annoys me about this club, right? We've just done a watch along, right, for Villa and Sheffield United. Not one player, right, went down like that. We've had 2 in the space of 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like in that film, isn't it? Like, what's that film? Split with Mr. Glass.
That's a great
2 in
reference.
20 minutes.
It's almost like we buy players that are made out of paper mache.
Hey, I called it again. David Luiz is coming in, and you would think, Diesel, we'd be used to it because we always have we're always at the top of most injury lists every season. You know, you think we'd be used to it, but we're not.
Yeah, but it's only us, and it's always defenders. I mean, all right, Xhaka's gone down, but it's always our defenders that we buy.
He's had plenty of time, Mari, hasn't he? He's had plenty of time to be up to speed with everybody else. So what the fuck?
I don't know what it is, Dan. Is it a case of they don't warm up properly? Because this isn't the first time. It happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
We don't get one. With us, it snowballs, doesn't it? You know, and in terms of injuries, it's historic with us. You know what I mean? It's
GP. Even at my age, I can at least get 20 minutes. Omar says, why are our players dropping like flies? I don't know, mate.
It always happens. It always happens.
You know, so you've not seen any City players going down or anything, older than anything.
really.
Well, he's definitely coming off, boys. That's our second substitute in 20 minutes. Well, 23 minutes. Pablo Mari is coming off for David Luiz. So,
all right. Well, can you guys stop being so bipolar? We were all happy how they were playing 5 minutes ago, and now we're all pissed off about injuries. I think both positions have been upgraded with the injuries, so let's think positive about it.
Why not? Why not? You're right.
We still got 3 subs.
For me, it's a big shame, though, because I really wanted to see more of Pablo Mari.
And okay, all right. So it's how you look at it, because I didn't want to see any more of him. So good. And I like him.
You know, if we're going to make a decision to spend money on him, I want to know that if he's any good or not. Do you know what I mean?
I agree, but not opening game against City. No. Aren't we playing Brighton this weekend? Or who are we playing? Yeah. Throw him in there. Oh, well, too late now. Now he's hurt.
No, actually, I have to agree with you, Glenn. The 2 games coming close together, you'd think that that Brighton game would have been the choice to get him in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
again, we agree, and I'm starting to get scared about that, Stan.
So every time I used to say this about David Luiz, we've got Tony on, our Chelsea representative, in the chat saying that you'll be down to 10 men in 5 minutes.
Oh my God, there's someone more negative than you guys.
For some reason, Arsenal fans love him. They love him. They love him.
Either that or we'd be 1-0 down, OG. Do you know what I mean?
Saka crossing it over. Oh, unlucky. He was trying to get a ball in the box to Aubameyang. But they give it away. Eddie and take it. Aubameyang goes to the shot. Oh, just over the bar. That was a Man City mistake there. Best chance so far. Keeper rolls it out to De Bruyne. He went to he made bad pass there from De Bruyne. Give it to Ntegi. He passed it back to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang shot over the bar. But listen, we're playing well at the moment, boys.
Oh yeah, I see it coming now.
Yeah.
Come on, let's push them up. Keep them back there. This is what I mean. This is what we should do. Instead of, dropping back and letting players come on to us and in our own half, let's keep them in their own half. Tony saying you're playing really well, boys. I think we are at the moment, mate. Strings are saying Arteta's pushing the team forward. Definitely think so, mate. And 45 minutes gone. I'm very pleased with the way we've started, the way we've turned out with the team that he's put out. I think we've done all right, boys.
Yeah, no, we have. Yeah, we're containing them really well, actually. We can, I think the trick is when you play Man City, don't give them any time on the ball, Till.
Yeah.
So we need to be on them, which is obviously why we need runners. Just don't give them any time on the ball.
Exactly. Whoever tires first, and whoever that is, they'll start passing the ball backwards more and sideways more.
We've lost 2 players in 20 minutes. I'll say that's us saying. Yeah. Who's next? One more. We get to keep the match ball.
The middle. He tried to pass the ball, but Ceballos is back and covering well for Tierney. He's passed it to Tierney. He's got it out. Oh, unlucky. He's got it back. Well done, Tierney. Well done, son. He's got the ball back. Guendouzi's on the ball now.
Oh, Ceballos will play.
Just play the simple ball, Guendouzi, for God's sakes. You can see what Man City's doing. Look, all they're doing is they're sitting back waiting for the counter-attack. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
That's all they're trying to do, and that's their tactic. See, and I think Arteta's set us up to be able to handle that.
See, look, that ball from Lewis, I mean, what a waste.
Yeah, Guendouzi, man. Well, he's just get rid of it. What's he doing? He passes it backwards under pressure and then he starts pointing at people.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that.
I think that's him basically saying, will someone make some runs, make a run? You know what I mean? But he holds on to it a bit too long. Yeah.
Yeah, this is odd. I'm used to being pressed, and City are letting our center backs have the ball a little bit, but they got no one to pass to. So this is a little. I hope Arteta can, formulate a strategy here.
Lonestar Londoner said we'd probably use 5 subs by half time.
So it looks like Aubameyang's playing more on the left, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not playing through the middle, Eddie is. If you're trying to get the top goal scorer to re-sign, surely one of the things you would do is to accommodate him, right?
Well,
and it's not like he's even putting him aside for Lacazette, another 50 million striker. He's doing it for Eddie. Doesn't make sense.
You know I totally don't agree. Eddie and Laka are the same type of player. Why wouldn't you just have Laka in there then? It's frustrating.
Yeah. Tahir has put Glenn is too happy. In the UK, Arsenal fans are depressed.
I'm happy. I can't wait. I can't wait. That one's going to make my wife laugh.
Oh, for God's sakes, we give it away here. De Bruyne has got the ball. And Guendouzi's won it back. And he's put Ceballos through. We're just in Man City's half. Come on, let's make some runs. We've got 5 ahead of us. Oh, good ball to Willock. Willock on the right-hand side. He's playing Saka down on the right hand, just outside the goal area. Play it back to Willock. Willock crosses it in. There's no one there. There's no one there.
Oh, Guendouzi took that.
No one there.
Oh, he got it back though. Good lad.
Derwin Jones has put, with injuries and lack of fitness, you might see many young players will get opportunity to play. Definitely.
Has Arsenal switched to 2 up front?
No. Aubameyang's on the left, Saka's on the right, and Eddie's down the middle.
Okay.
That's it. Come on, we're just
Gundogan out to Kyle Walker. I love Mahrez. So what a baller.
Yeah, so when we're off the ball, I think Glenn's right there. When we're off the ball, we kind of squeeze in with a 2 up front and it's narrower. But when we're on the ball, it fans out.
Oh, we've got the ball. He's kept it's gone out. Place kick.
Was it you, Diesel, that said you like Mahrez? I like Mahrez too. I never understood why he went to City. He wasn't going to start every game, and that's what he needs. I think he's an awesome talent.
Yeah, I love Mahrez. There's another one that got away, mate, because he actually came out and said he'd like to come to the Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, what a ball! He's not offside. What a ball! Tierney to Eddie Nketiah. Unlucky that was. What a ball from defence. Oh, Guendouzi. He's let that ball run past him. David Silva. Sterling's on the left now. David Silva's on the ball.
But I mean, that's what you want, though, the luxury of having a team where you've got a player like Mahrez, who's not even going to start every game. And that's the calibre of players that you've got waiting to come in.
Get hold of it. Getting him come in. The poor to De Bruyne just outside the box, went for the shot, but blocked. Back to David Silva. De Bruyne on the ball again. Gooden has lost the ball. Come on, don't muck it up, Guendouzi. Oh, you got 4. Just get. He's playing very dangerously for me, Guendouzi.
He always does, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. So Bias is in Tierney's position. I don't know why he's being there. Come on, get in midfield.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, he looks like he's playing as a left back, isn't he?
Yeah.
Bias. Back to David Luiz. There's no point me commentating on this. Tell you're ahead of me, mate. I'll be like a parrot repeating you.
Oh, he's pulling him down, ref. Get up and come off of it. Eddie Nteke again. It's too strong for the defender. How on earth he ain't got?
Oh, come on! He's a blatant foul. He tugged it. Yeah, come on, tugged his shirt.
The referee's telling him, waving him to get up. That is ridiculous.
Oh my God! I'm just seeing what you guys are talking about. Is VAR going to F up again and not tell the ref, hey, take a look at this, you missed it?
That is ridiculous.
Hey, come on, man. I'm just seeing it now. Even you can't get any more blatant than that.
That was so obvious. Why is VAR not calling the ref right now and saying you missed something? How can they not implement this system correctly?
Oh, it's so
He had
annoying.
both hands on his shoulders almost and pulled him down.
My God, it looked like an NFL tackle.
No, they're showing it again. They're showing it again. Look, he is all over him. He's pulling him and pulling him and pulling him. That is absolute disgrace.
It's rugby. It's the NFL. How is that? How do you get away with that? How do you get away with that?
It's an absolute disgrace.
Look at that.
Mate, do you know what?
Oh my God.
It's a
what
joke.
The hell is wrong with these people?
I'm just getting a replay here. Oh, come on.
I mean, that is
come on.
And tell. That's not the first time, right?
There was no social distancing.
Sterling's in the box here. He's gone for the shot. Oh, Leno's put it wide. Put it wide for a corner. Good save there, Leno. Sterling on the left-hand side there, cut in into the box. On the right, curled it into the bottom left-hand corner, but Leno saved it and puts it round to the corner. Great save. Great hands, Leno. But this ref, I mean, come on. You're right, Diesel. That's twice now that they've done that.
No, it's twice.
It's
Garcia on Nketiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's twice. He's got away with it both times. It's a joke. VAR's a joke, mate.
They are supposed to tell the referee through his headset that he missed something.
Yeah, and go and take a look at it.
Mahrez.
Is there even a monitor at the side of the pitch for them to look at? Probably not.
I am so pissed off right now.
Guaranteed the other way around, though, VAR would have stopped and had a look.
David Silva passing it over to Jesus. Sterling, Jesus, just outside the Arsenal area. He's trying to play a good ball through. David Silva. Oh, my word. What a good shot. And Leno again with a good left hand. Great save. Great save from Leno again. Great left hand. Man City still on the attack here. Mendy on the left. Crosses it over. Comes deep. Comes right over to Mahrez on the right-hand side. Mahrez is twined.
Mendy. Oh.
Oof, Leno.
City are coming on strong in this last sort of 5 minutes here.
I've got to say that I think Leno is one of the best bits of business that we've done in a long time.
I was just thinking that. 25
million, something like that. Peanut.
Yeah.
And you look at what Chelsea paid for theirs, 70
million.
He's nowhere near, Leno. Nowhere near.
Strings just put Nteke just asked City defender for his pants back.
I like that. Strings. That's also a very good point, mate. You made there. Much appreciated. Thank you.
What's he put?
Great point.
Read it out.
what you four are also showing tonight is that you can still be a passionate fan behind the TV screen. Doesn't mean you're not a fan because you don't go to the games.
Exactly.
It's hard to get to them from Vancouver.
Arsenal on the attack. Go on, it says Saka. Saka's on the right. Open. Come on. Oh, for God's sake, the ball should have been a bit better from Tierney there. But it was a nice try. We was getting on the attack.
Oh, yeah. He had a bit too much. Yeah. It went far enough, was it? No, fair enough.
Action areas in the last 5 minutes. Man City have been in Arsenal's half, 38%, 59% on the centre line, and we've had 3% in Man City's half in the attack. City are starting to get into this game now, by the looks of it. By them stats, what it's saying.
We knew it was going to go in ebbs and flows. I'm happy with the way we played the first half so far.
Yeah. Bellerin trying to take Sterling on the left-hand side. David De Silva's gone through. He's in the box. He's playing back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne through to Jesus. Oh, well done, Leno. Mahrez. Leno again. Great save.
Yeah, good save. Yeah.
Oh,
He's another one who gets a bit of stick, Leno. You know, I do like Leno, but you know, when you look at what's in front of him, there's a lot of Arsenal fans who do give him that little bit of stick. You know, do you agree, Stan? He does get a bit, doesn't he?
He does get a little bit. I don't get it. For what we paid for him and how old he is, he's just going to get better as well.
Yeah.
He's just going to get better.
Real quick, Terry, you are doing an outstanding job with play-by-play. Because I'm 25 seconds behind you, and you described that perfectly. Thank you.
I'm just waiting for Terry to shout out Jesus on the cross or something like that.
You made me snort.
I'll have to remember that one.
Tone, I'm always nice, mate. You know that. Come on. Big up, Tony.
De Bruyne.
Nice comment for you, mate. Terry does a brilliant job at this.
Thank you.
Great host.
I appreciate it.
Brilliant.
David De Silva.
Great save.
Terry, when I was listening to you on the earlier match, and he made me chuckle. He was doing a bit of commentary, a bit of play-by-play.
Through. He's put it over the bar. He tried to chip Leno, and he put it over the bar.
You went, Gorilla got the ball, he's messing about with it. Passes it to such and such, he's messing about with it.
You know,
he needs Jimmy Hill. He needs Jimmy Hill.
Terry's trying to blind you with science, isn't he, Stan? Yeah.
It's quite hard when they ain't got their names on the back, though, isn't it? When you don't realise on it nowadays. Because you didn't used to have that, did you? Just used to have their numbers.
It was on, actually, because we don't really know their players till. If it was this game, we know who they are. You know, with all due respect, you know what I mean? But
well done, Tierney. Tobias, that's another free kick. Come on, Rick. How many times are you going to let these go? This is ridiculous. Cole Walker and Tobias there.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, I've got to see that again because it looked like he went up high. He got... Oh, hang on.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'll tell you what, though. There's more 50-50 tackles in this game so far in the first 40 minutes than what there was in the whole of the last game.
Do you know what? The amount of comments I've seen about Kevin De Bruyne's overweight, he's this, he's that. If that is him, if that's how he plays overweight, I'll tell you what, I would take that. Well, I'll take him anyway. I think he's the best midfielder in the world in that position. I do. I think he's absolute class.
Hey, oh, my God. De Bruyne, to me, he's the most complete player in the Premier League. My God.
Nothing he can't do.
Different gravy, mate. He's different gravy.
Love to have him in our team. Who wouldn't? Bloody hell, come on.
Maybe somebody in the comments section can say how much they paid Wolfsburg to get him. I don't remember, but it definitely wasn't what he's worth.
I think, when it's 60 million, I'm sure.
He's doing a bit of skill against Sterling there. Oh, my God. He's definitely grown under Arteta.
It's mad to think that Chelsea let him and Salah go, right? They had both of them in the palm. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Christ, yeah.
Did you say they paid Wolfsburg 60 million for De Bruyne?
I'm sure it was 60. I'm sure it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
My God, how much would he be worth?
I wonder how much Chelsea sold him for.
Oh, man.
Wolfsburg. Couldn't have been much over 20, 25 probably, right? Wolfsburg ain't a big splasher.
Well said, GP.
No.
Well said, mate.
Nice one.
Listen, at the moment, I mean, at the start of the game, before it started, let's be honest, we all, you know what I mean? Well, you know, there's a couple of us that said that Arsenal were going to win. One said that we were going to lose and whatever. But we all more or less said, as long as we go there and put a performance in, do you know what I mean? And play well and not just sit back and take the pressure, basically. Do you know what I mean? We'd be happy. And at the moment, let's be honest, it's 41 minutes gone. And I'm really happy with the way we're playing at the moment.
Yes.
Sorry, Glenn. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, I agree with you, but this is our game in hand, and it's super important to get something out of it. I agree with you. Eventually would be happy if we put in a good performance like we're doing now, but we need points. This is our game in hand. I want a top 4 run.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that Mesut Ozil's not there, strolling around with his hands on his hips. That's a bad example because he doesn't like the rain. He doesn't like the rain.
Right. Arsenal got a free kick halfway into Man City's half. We're just setting up. Ceballos and Saka is over the ball.
Yeah.
So are we thinking that this could be a blessing in disguise that Xhaka got withdrawn? I know Terry does.
Saka, free kick. He comes in. Oh! Mustafi was unlucky there. He could have. He just missed out on getting a toe on it.
Oh.
Let's say it again. The ball comes in. And it just bounces. God.
Now I see what you're talking about. Are you on a delay too, Diesel?
Yeah, I'm about 4 or 5 seconds behind Terry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean,
I'm just seeing it now.
That's why I'm not commentating.
Come on.
If I commentate, I'm going to sound like a parrot.
He weren't far off, was he?
No, he weren't far off at all.
Ooh.
Referee, come on. How can you moan at that? He pushed another player over again. He's pushing our players over left, right, and centre.
Boys, would you agree with this comment?
Saka is constantly offside, and Tete is not in the game. Willock is a passenger. No.
I wanted Saka on the wing. I didn't want Nketiah starting. I didn't want Willock starting.
I think he's right about Willock. I was just thinking the same thing, funny enough.
Which I think he's done all right at the moment, Willock, to be honest.
I've not even noticed him. I've not even noticed him.
See, look. You guys are ahead of us. Never mind.
Oh, surprise. Guendouzi has just missed the ball away in our own half again. For God's sake, how many times are we going to say that this player is a great player and should be in our team? He should not be in our team. It's a simple and easy as that.
Guendouzi leads Arsenal in giveaways. That's all you need to know. He's got to get those mistakes out of him.
Come and show his class.
I didn't say I don't like him.
He turns the ball over all the time, man. He thinks he can dribble off of it all the time. Just get rid of it sometimes. Make the ball pass.
Just the easy ball. Just the easy ball. You know what I mean? He thinks he's bloody Ronaldo or something.
Yes.
He's on 4 or 5 different players. Just get the ball and do your job.
I agree. He's a pretty damn good passer, but he holds the ball too long.
Man City have got a free kick just outside our area here.
So how is that a free kick?
Well done, Eddie. Well done, Eddie, mate.
How is that a free kick? And yet the one on Eddie and Nketiah wasn't. I don't get that.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, I'm still pissed off about that non-call.
Eddie, mate, well played. That was him being switched on there.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
we're playing well, but I have my mid-season upset stomach already with these guys.
He's making them take the free kick again because obviously he didn't blow the whistle.
I just saw that foul. I was gonna say that Jesus went down a bit easy there, but
De Bruyne to Sterling out on the left. No, Sterling's looking to go backward. He's unlucky. Tobias nearly intercepted the ball there. It was unlucky there for Tobias, but City still got the ball.
You see the big screen at each end of the pitch with those fans on. Is that a live feed?
Yeah.
Is that live?
Feed. Yeah, I'm sure they're live feed. Yeah.
Right, we should try and hack into that.
Get it away. Sterling scores 1-0 to City. David Luiz. Everyone bigs him up.
Oh no!
Gave it away.
Oh my God!
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
no! Oh no! Oh.
Absolutely shit. Honestly,
Bounced off his hip.
He is crap. Why on earth people big him up and people say that he's our best defender? That is absolutely.
That's like a David Luiz assist.
That was disgusting. I own it that I wanted him in there, but I never said he was one of our best defensive, one of our best center backs.
I'm going to go as far as saying, right? I don't think Mustafi would have done that. He would have done that. He would have cleared it.
I don't think he would have done that.
I'm being honest. No,
he's been solid since the start of this game.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, and that's what I said to you, right? There's going to be people out there saying, "Oh, Arteta picked the wrong team."
There's going to be fans out there, right, saying, right, yes, Luiz is still class, and they're going to blame Leno for that. I guarantee you.
I hope you're wrong because that was obviously Luiz's fault.
Yeah, of course.
Listen, I can see it now. If this was the end result, right, all the Arsenal fans, most of them would say that it was Arteta's fault. He's picked the wrong team, the wrong lineup. He picked too many young kids and all that. And what did I say beforehand? You can't legislate for players' mistakes. And that is simply a player's mistake. A professional player who is getting paid loads of money to defend, and look how he defended. You can't legislate for that, boys. It's ridiculous.
There's a reason why the manager didn't start with him, right?
Oh, God's sakes.
You know, he didn't start with him. He had to put him on out of needs must, and that's what happens.
Again, fans will probably blame Arteta for that. You know, he's playing the cards he's dealt. You know, that's not Arteta's fault. I don't think we've got another centre back, or have we? I don't think we have we on the bench? So he had to play him. It just annoys me, right? All that good work can be undone by one mistake.
Exactly.
That's what winds me up.
Exactly.
What were his choices on the bench besides David Luiz?
Well, Socrates there.
Ew.
See, this is the thing, right? Between David Luiz, Socrates, and Mustafi, they all give away points. All of them give away points. So, you know.
Well, I'm just looking now.
I don't know how you can. So if someone's going to blame Arteta for putting Luiz in there, then that means they wanted Socrates in there, who is so slow. He's like a friggin' statue. No, thank you. You know,
no, all we've got on the bench, defense-wise, is Kosmiak.
So you had to use him because you know he had to put him in.
He had to put Luiz in. So I don't think that people are going to get on Arteta's case for that. You can get on my case. I said I wanted Luiz to start, and I was happy when he came in. But you know,
This is the thing, right? You would think that if you're not starting like David Luiz, and then you actually get a chance to go on because of unknown circumstances, he just totally threw it all away. You should be grabbing your chance so that you stay in the team.
I am so disappointed that a veteran center back would make a bonehead move like that. I almost want to. I'm so disappointed. I almost want to say, you know what? Don't sign him for another year because he comes in and that's the example he sets. Screw you.
No, that right? He's he's a World Cup winner.
Yes.
International. I'm saying he's won everything there is to win in the game. He's won everything.
Like keeping Luiz, Mustafi, Socrates, these are the bad habits that a player like William Saliba are going to pick up by being around these players.
Yeah.
Gio said, thank you for your contribution, mate, to the chat. Luiz is a can. Listen, mate, that's deflated me because we've been playing so fucking well. We've been doing really well in that half. And then that clan comes on, like Gio's just said, and it's just ruined the whole first half performance. Absolute disgrace.
Right down the friggin' toilet.
You know what
else
else,
as
man?
well?
We could give Gio his $2 back as well.
You know what else as well? What winds me up, right? We've proven Tony Rolfe bloody right. Look, told you.
No. He's proved me right. I've been saying this for time. That man really should be in an old people's home. But we went out and we bought him. Why? Why did we buy him? Why? Out of all the players out there, we went and bought Chelsea's 4th or 5th choice centre back.
Well,
who was told you might as well go because you're not getting in our team. And what did we say? Yes, we need a world-class defender who's on his bloody walking stick. You can come here, mate. You can come here. That's what we said.
Well, you know, I was happy when we got him. I didn't know we were going to rely on him as much. But if you look at the positives, when we first got him, we're like, okay, we got a leader and we got a guy that can pass out of the back. But I'm so close to being on board with you again, Terry, where it's like, you know, do we have a choice for another year of him? No, get out. One of the kids can give it away just as easily as you did right now, you clown.
Yeah, the board got mugged off, didn't they? They went down the shops, didn't they, in the summer to go and buy Macamo, and they came back with David Luiz. I mean, and the money that we've heard that he's being paid as well. I mean, come on, the 24 million that's gone down the bin because of him.
Give me 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes.
I can't believe such a bonehead move just wiped away all of that awesome first half we played. Oh.
It reminds me of the Chelsea game because, you know, Martinelli scored that fantastic goal, and a lot of fans will talk about how Mustafi was the one that headed the ball out to Martinelli to get that goal. But if Mustafi hadn't committed the first error earlier in the match, we would have had 3 points and not a draw.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the difference. Yeah. Those 3 players, Socrates, David Luiz, and Mustafi, they cost you points. So you get a draw when you could have had 3 points.
I remember that Mustafi game explicitly that you're talking about, Stan, and it was such a perfect bipolar Arsenal fan moment where everybody forgot what happened before.
Yeah. We were glad to get the point when we should have been fuming that we dropped to.
Tony said you bought the wrong centre back as Cahill was available. Exactly. I mean, we bought Cahill years ago when he was at Bolton, Tony. We should have got him at Bolton. But that was down to our fantastic manager at the time that everybody loved, Arsene Wenger, who didn't go out again and buy another great player that we should have had at our club.
Yeah. Butterfly effect, man. What would have happened if Arsene Wenger left after he won that last FA Cup? It would have been perfect. But no. You know, Klopp would probably be our manager right now. They're showing that David.
And we will be worshipping at the feet of Virgil van Dijk.
You know, butterfly effect. I don't know what to say. I am so disappointed. We are down 1-0 right now after we played so well. I'm like devastated. I want to turn this off and go yell at my dogs right now.
I just need to go and water the plants, right? I'll be right back.
All right, mate.
Okay.
No problem. String says, boys, this is the beginning. It's for Arteta to also see who's good enough and who ain't. You're right, mate. You are. But when it just pees me off that our players always do this for some reason. I mean, look, we're just watching the replay here. Honestly, Glenn, I can't even describe it.
I can't. I know, Terry. We are feeling the exact same outrage, and I'm telling you, I am so disappointed. This is our game in hand, and we were putting in a good effort, and it's all blown by such a stupid move. I don't even want David Luiz anymore. I don't want him anymore. I cannot take. That is unforgivable what he did.
I can't believe, honestly, that a professional footballer getting paid that money makes a mistake like that. I mean, all he's got to do is just do anything with it. Pick it out. You know what I mean? Do anything. But just to half-heartedly pick your knee up to try and do whatever with it. No, I'm sorry. I mean, he should be dragged off.
The rain is pouring down. Just kick it the F out of there. Something. Not some half-hearted, oh, look at me hitting putting it down with my hip. No, it's pouring rain there. Get that ball out of there.
Exactly, mate. Listen, Tony, as far as I'm concerned, he can just go, mate. Like I just said, I know we haven't even got a defender on the bench. I'd take him off at half time for that. I think it's an absolute disgrace what he just did.
If we didn't already use 2 substitutions, I would agree with you. Someone just asked, what about him as a CDM? I think he would play better as a CDM, but he's really slow too. I mean, I don't know about that.
Gibbs has put Arsenal's done well for the first 35 minutes. Last 10 minutes, City cranked up the pressure. Leno made vital saves. Louise, dear God.
Yep.
Summed it up, to be honest, mate. We summed it up. Sterling said he has the mentality, but he don't have the ability no more.
Yeah.
I don't even think he has the mentality anymore, to be honest. He needs to put it elsewhere now. I'm sorry, he's too old. He needs to go abroad where the game is a lot slower for him. I'm being honest.
No, yeah. What is he, 36 right now? Go to the MLS and be a superstar.
Exactly. Just get away from my club. Please.
I mean, if you're one of his teammates, you're out there working your socks off. And I thought up until that point that we were putting a good display. And then you look around and go, how many times is this guy going to do this to us? You know, why would you want to sign a contract to stay? We've got people like that costing you games all the time.
Yeah.
Now Aubameyang's got to score 2. Do you know what I mean? To wipe out the goal.
Real quick, guys, because I stayed on the Ozil bandwagon very long, and Baku was my moment where I said, get out. I think this is my Baku moment with David Luiz. It really is, because I am so pissed. That's all.
We should never have got him in the first place, to be honest. Then, you know what I mean? You know, we're a club that wants to be in the top 4, apparently. Do you know what I mean? A club that wants to be in the top 4, and then we show. Listen, you know what I mean? That's our ambition, is it? That's our ambition of a player that we wanted to go out and get. Is Chelsea 4th or 5th defender that who was told he would not get any game time, basically, and then Arsenal come running to him. Why?
Chelsea were on a transfer ban. Yet they still were happy to sell him to us for 8 million. Yeah. That says it all.
Yeah.
Plus, also they've got a lot of youngsters around that team, right? And as Diesel said, they've got a transfer ban, and they were quite happy to get rid of an experienced player because he's a bad influence.
Yeah,
bad influence.
All right. Let's pretend that I'm a defense lawyer, and the guy I'm working for, everybody hates because I don't like David Luiz anymore. Right? That was my Baku moment, but I liked his attitude because he wanted to play, and I considered him a leader who could pass out of the back. 3 games into the season, David Luiz said, why is everybody giving up on the Premier League title? I know that sounds silly now, but that's the kind of attitude that I liked. Having said that, get out. But I'm just, you guys are painting this picture like he's this awful piece of crap, and, because he was Chelsea's 4th or 5th center back, but he wanted to play, and I'm just trying to show the other side because it's very easy to just say F him right now. I don't want him anymore. Next season, I hope he's gone. But there are reasons we got him. It wasn't just laziness.
There you go. Look, Tony at Chelsea said Lampard tried in pre-season at Red Bull. He made 2 mistakes, 2 mistakes. We're selling him for you.
Okay.
Piece of work.
Lampard, listen, Frank figured him out, right? Bear in mind, this was a player who Frank played alongside for many years. Yeah, figured him out quick.
Yeah,
figured him out. Right, Jake. Yeah, I am pissed, mate, and I'm sure Liverpool fans right now are just as angry as us, mate, because obviously it delays the title even longer for you. For me, Jake, it undoes the work that we've done.
Yeah,
exactly. It undoes it all. It undoes it all. It means nothing now. That first half now means nothing.
Diesel, right? When you went off just a minute ago, I watched the replay. Right, again, I watched the replay, and it is absolutely embarrassing to even talk about it. What he tried to do.
It's like he assisted the goal. It's like an assist. He almost like chested it towards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I mean, it is so schoolboy error. It is ridiculous. I don't even think a schoolboy would do that. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what, Tell, right? That is a classic example, right, of what I've always said, yeah? All these, like, the way it is at the moment with, like, the art of defending, play it out from the back and all that, right? I like the old school way of, Joe, when in doubt, clear it into, like, rows in if you have to. Just get it away, right? Forget the fancy footwork. Just clear the ball. Clear it. That's all you have to do. Just clear it. Look, if it was a young kid, right, who'd done that, right, obviously we'd maybe, cut him a bit of slack. Well, we're talking about a World Cup winner, a player who's won it all. He's won every trophy going. He's won it. He's been there, done it. It's even worse for me. You know what I'm saying? When a player of that supposed caliber makes a schoolboy error like that.
Do we not have one young centre-back in our academy who could be getting, some experience in and around the first team? Because I can't remember the last time we brought through a defender.
I know. Well, obviously not, Stan, have we? Because obviously, if we're putting up with this shit, let's be honest. If we're putting up with this shit, we've obviously ain't got no one coming through the ranks.
That's just sort of affairs, man.
Have you farted? Glenn's farted, didn't he?
No. It's a different smell.
You want to be careful. I was just reading this morning that a guy in Austria, and the headline read, he got arrested for a provocative fart.
No! Yes, I saw that. He was in front of some police officers and let out a big fart and got arrested. No, I did not fart. I was taking my Arsenal medicine because I'm upset. And
the question is, though, when does one deem a fart provocative?
I laugh. Fart jokes make me laugh. A guy farting really loud in front of the cops makes me laugh. I'm sorry he got arrested, but
fart jokes having that on your arrest sheet, on your record. You're trying to get a job.
Guys, you're talking to a child here. If my wife is in the bedroom and she annoys me, I'll fart and close the door and laugh as she's screaming as I'm walking down the hall. So
when I'm in bed with the missus, if she gives me grief, mate, I'm partial to the old Dutch oven. Do you know what I mean? If she plays up.
So yeah, what were we talking about?
Oh god, the second half is they're just coming out for the second half, boys. Arsenal's already out there. City have just come out. Oh, listen, we've got to get ourselves back up. You know what I mean? We've got some good players on the bench. We've got Pepe to come on, Lacazette to come on.
And that's another thing, Till. I think using two of our subs, it's obviously if Arteta had a plan, that's gone out the window now, isn't it, really? I think it would have been nice to have brought on the 5 subs in the second half and completely change it. Now he can only pick from 3. Let's just hope we don't get any more injuries.
If he's going to make a halftime substitution, I'd like to see Laka come in. But I'd prefer he wait.
I'd take off Eddie and put on Pepe.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that better. I change.
Move Saka to the left.
Who said that? Stan?
We're just kicked off, by the way, boys. We're just kicked off. Second half underway. Oh, come on. Let's try and be positive, boys. We've still got another 45 minutes.
David
Luiz can do it.
Do you know what? Right, the way I look at it, right, even if they play 2 up front and put some pressure on the 18-year-old centre half that they've got. Do you know what I mean? Because he's the weak link, right, in that defence. Put pressure on him. He's a youngster. Do you know what I'm saying? Go for him.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. I don't even think we should take Eddie off. I think we should take David Luiz off and bring Lacazette on and fucking go 3 at the back.
3 at the back. My God.
Well, we're basically playing with 3 at the back. Let's be honest. Come on. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I'm done sticking up for David Luiz. I want him gone.
Oh, that's right. They got away with that again, City. Pulled 2 of our players down and got away with it again. Well done, Eddie. Run right the way back there to try and help out at the midfield.
Oh. Do you know what? I'm not just saying this. I could watch Kevin De Bruyne all day. I love him.
Oh, well done. That was unlucky. What a great ball from their keeper. Sorry, Diesel. Go on, mate.
That's all, mate. No, I just love watching him play, mate. Oh, that was Marius, wasn't it? That looked offside to me. It might not have been.
Lone Star has put the missus just told me she could have cleared that.
Yes, probably could have.
It's just...
My missus is so wide that definitely wouldn't have got by her. Did I just say that?
Lone Star, mate. We've seen it all too often, haven't we, eh? Oh my God! Guess who's back in the chat? Zane.
How you doing,
been, mate? Where you been?
Exactly. Oh, hold up. Flacker's on the charge here on the right hand side. Oh, he's played it through to Willock. Oh, Willock. I'm trying to do a back heel and it didn't come off. Bellerin's intercepted it. Oh no, Sterling's got back and intercepted it off of him now. Sterling's charging through the midfield. Is that De Bruyne on the right hand side?
Oh, Bellerin, come on, man.
He tried to shoot, but Tierney blocked it.
I tell you, Bellerin's so much. He's lost his pace. I don't care what anyone says.
Again, though, there were signs there where we was just standing back and not going to the player with the ball, which I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing that. If a player's running, then just go to him and take him out.
Diesel, what do you think about Ainsley Maitland-Niles playing instead of Bellerin?
Oh, yeah, I'll take that all day long.
Okay.
All day long, I'll take that. I even said that when Bellerin was injured, in my opinion, I thought, out of the two, I think Maitland-Niles is the better right back. I do. It's just his attitude that I don't like. But if he can sort that out, then, you know, his talent, it's not in question with me. I think he's a decent player.
Yeah, well, obviously he didn't play himself out of the position. He must, behind the scenes, he must.
Oh, no, David Luiz! No! He's given a penalty away now. He's given a penalty away now. For God's sakes.
Oh, my God, I've just seen it.
I've not got it yet.
My God, get him off.
He's having a nightmare, isn't he?
Get out of my team
down.
Honestly, he is absolutely shit. What is he doing? Why is he pulling him back?
Oh, you're having a laugh, man.
If he ain't sacked in the morning by Arteta, then there's something wrong. I'm telling you. If he plays again in this Arsenal team, and it's a red card, he's been sent off.
Oh, dear God.
Right, now listen, I've just seen that on replay. That is a bit harsh. I'm not going to lie. That was a bit harsh. It's not a red card.
That's not a red card. That's almost exactly what they did to us in the first half. Come on, that's not a red card.
That is. Nah, I don't like the player, but that is harsh.
Pull down a guy who's got a goal scoring opportunity. He's the last man. That's why he's giving a red card.
Yeah. Last man goal scoring opportunity. Yeah.
De Bruyne penalty. Scores 2-0. Man City winning 2-0. Arsenal.
Someone said earlier that we were going to go down to 10 men because of Luis. Why? You put it up earlier.
Yeah, Tony did. Our Chelsea representative. He said that. And what did I say?
You said that. You put it up earlier.
We can't have players letting our side down, and that is a total disgrace. That's a total disgrace.
Tony, you've been bang on, mate, all night tonight. Fair play, you've been bang on.
Tony, what's the lottery numbers next week, mate?
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Please. If you're Arteta, you're looking at this, and this is a player that's let you down. He's let you down big time.
Stan, I'll tell you something now, right? It's been interesting to see now, because there's rumours that we will give him another year contract. If we do that after this, then I'll tell you something. We're a laughing stock, mate.
Yeah. How many penalties is that now? Is that the third or fourth one for us? He's conceded. It's 3, isn't it? Or Mustafi looks like he's finished. What's happening there?
Sterling winning a bit hard on him.
Jesus, good job. We've got 5 substitutes.
Oh Christ, yeah. If anyone's benefited right from that change in the rules, it's us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Christ, I can't. Do you know what? I know we were buzzing about this. I even though I sort of knew, I just had a feeling that we weren't going to win. I weren't confident at all. Then you see that 25, 30 minutes, and you think, oh, actually, we're keeping them at bay. You never know, you know. And then it just takes that one bloody mistake, and then it's like buses, isn't it? Another one comes straight after. Now they've found their rhythm, Man City.
I hope no one sits next to David Luiz on the coach home and just leave him on his own, man.
They can't, can they? They've got a social distance.
but Stan, this is what I'm saying, right, about the Arsenal. This is what annoys me, right? Years ago, in the Adams era, if you made a mistake like that, Adams and all the others, right, would have called you out on the pitch, right? Would have called you out, right? I don't see anyone saying anything to David Luiz. All right, it's almost like it's accepted. It's fine. Do you know what I'm saying?
Especially after the first mistake, you'd think that you'd be like really trying to like make up for it and up your game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it did look a bit harsh, but I think Terry's right. Goal scoring opportunity. He should know better. He's the guy that we just said a few moments ago has got the most experience. I don't want him anywhere near William Saliba. Thank you very much. Nowhere near him.
There's been so many fans, I'm not joking, that have bigged him up, say we've got to keep him because of his experience and all shit like that. What experience do we need? What experience do we need?
No.
He is crap. He's crap. From the start, he is crap.
On that stream we did, keep or sell, I'll hold my hands up because I actually said it would be a bad idea to keep him for another year as experience for the younger players. I totally take back what I said. I hold my hands up. Sorry, I'd rather go with youngsters.
You know what's pissing me off even more is that I know fans are still going to say Arteta is crap, blah, blah, blah. How can you legislate for that? How can you?
My mate in Amsterdam has just sent me a message, right? He says, the Dutch commentator, when Lloris was sent off, that's almost half a man they have lost. Even the commentators are taking a piss out of the player.
Yeah, that says it all, doesn't it? Lone Star, mate. Me, you both, bruv. Me, you both. Do you know what? I'm concentrating on the fucking chat room now. Sorry. Sod this.
My missus thought she was going to be in a promise tonight. Well, that's not happening.
What I mean?
I've got an headache tonight. I'm rolling over.
I need to be alone.
Mate, after this, right, I'm going to take it frustrations on some of these birds, mate. I'll tell you what, those poor cows, man. But it's Stan.
Logs into Chatterbait.
Where's that wheelchair?
We've got a super chat from Zane. Terry, I've cancelled the strippers and champagne tonight as I don't think we'll win. Unfortunately, not now, mate. It ain't Arteta's fault. It ain't the team's fault. It's down to one man at the moment while we're 2-0 down. It's as simple and easy as that. You can't legislate for that.
But I think Diesel's made a brilliant point there. David Luiz was on the brink of being offered maybe a new contract extension. That can't happen now. Why would you put your trust in him for another year?
This is Waterloo for David Luiz. It's over. It's done. He's not coming back from this. He's not starting another game for this team. There's no way. Even an insane person can see it. So yeah, he's done. Goodbye. You're sitting on the freaking bench the rest of the season.
I don't even want him on the bench.
It's yeah. You know what? He doesn't even get on the bench.
You know what though? What Arteta needs to do now? He needs to show some spirit and some fight, right? Listen, we're 2-0 down. At the moment, we're going to lose anyway. Let's bring Pepe and Lacazette on, and let's just go for it. Let's go for it.
No, let's bring Pepe and Martinelli on.
And Martinelli. Bring all three of them on.
Bring them all on.
Why not?
Bring them all on.
Listen, we might lose 4-5-0 and go for it. And then just sit there and try and just get one goal and maybe get the equaliser, which will never happen. So why not go for it? That's what I would do. Just go for it.
Yeah.
So, if you look at it, right, Man City obviously got that buzz from the second goal, right? And as you can see now, they've upped their intensity a little bit, so like they're starting to flow now. On the other hand, we look like, let's just keep it at 2-0. You know what I'm saying? You know, we need to. Oh God!
It's not because not only are we 2-0 down, we're down a man. You know what I'm getting at? That affects you. We're down a man.
But Stan, it's times like this. I'm now looking at that team, thinking, right, who's the leader?
Yeah.
Right, it's 2-0, right?
Yeah.
It can be done. We can come back, right? We need who's that leader who's going to step up and hold it together now?
Yeah.
There's not one there. Not one.
Well,
Aubameyang is not a captain, in my opinion. Not a captain.
He's not a captain. He's not a captain. You're right.
No,
And that's why I would love to have Jack Grealish in our team, because if we were 10 players, 10 men now, he would drag us up. He would drag us up, and he would still be pushing us forward, trying to score goals. And that's what he does for Villa. He does it all the time. I've watched him a load of time. He does it all the time.
What we need now is a Kieran Tierney, Braveheart. Some of that Scottish feel, mate.
I love it. I love it.
Tony, it's true, mate. 'Cause I think he's on 120 grand a week at the moment with us. Again, who's going to pay that for a veteran? You know.
Listen. With what he done today, he should be sacked, and his contract should be null and void tomorrow. Should be terminated. It's as simple and easy as that.
Lonestar quality. It's true, mate. It gets you. Oh dear.
That's like is that the third or fourth penalty now that he's cost us?
Oh, I don't know.
3 or 4.
De Bruyne is in the
I think earlier in this watch along, someone with the name of Chelsea said, "Just wait, David Luiz is going to give you guys a penalty, give away a penalty."
He said about 10 men. He said 10 men, didn't he, Glenn?
Oh, 10 men. I just remember someone called it exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Glenn, one of your fans.
I don't have fans. I have friends. Hi.
Come on now. Don't muck me about. Let's bring some players on. Come on. He needs to bring players on there. He needs to freshen this up and make us go for it.
Blimey, Tony, is that true, mate? If that is true, then I'll tell you something. Terry's bang on. He's got to go tonight. Forget tomorrow, Tell. He's got to go tonight, mate. Tonight.
Well, if that's an exact quote, I agree. If that's an exact quote, but, you know, I don't trust the media.
Listen, at the moment now, we're just running around like headless chickens now. Our heads are gone at the moment. That's what I mean.
It goes back to what you guys were saying a couple of minutes ago. There is no leader on this team.
Yeah.
There is no on-field leader.
We're scared. You know what it is now? We're scared of doing anything wrong. And that's what's going to cause mistakes now too.
Tony, mate, yes, David Luiz has been sent off, mate, so we are at the moment down to 10 men.
De Bruyne in the box, Sterling on the left. Oh, he's mucked it up. He could be on our Arsenal team the way he just done that. David Luiz.
Go on, Archie.
Arteta is the best thing at Arsenal. Kroenke better back him. You're exactly right, Archie. I totally agree. We've got to back him. If we don't back him, then I would stand by Arteta if he stood up and said, "No, sod this, I'm off. You told me you was going to back me. You either help me and let me get my players in, otherwise you're going to make me a mockery."
Yeah. Come on, so you know, didn't you? Lonestar, bang on. Well, we don't, mate. We haven't even got one. You know, years ago, mate, we had 4, 5, 6 in the team. We haven't even got one now. Not one. Well, we don't even have a player who's anywhere near to being any sort of a leader. That's a fact. Is Aubameyang playing? Good question. Is it? I haven't seen him. What have I said? We need a spine. I've said that every stream. You know, we need a spine. Fact.
You know the worst part about this is the score is City 2, David Luiz nothing, and everybody's going to forget how well we played the first 42 minutes of this game. You know, now we're all pissed off that we have no leaders to help us pull out of this. But we were doing a damn good job the first 42 minutes of this game, and David Luiz messed it up for us.
I tell you what, on tomorrow's night show, Claude has got a lot to answer for because he always picks David Luiz up, and I'm going for him tomorrow.
Yeah.
He keeps going for me about Arteta. He's going to get it tomorrow for David Luiz.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are so into this banter thing, because when you're right, nobody acknowledges it, but when you're wrong, everybody jumps down your throat. It's like it's lose-lose. I don't understand why you guys like it so much. I am glad you're being easy on me for saying I was glad David Luiz was in the game.
Yeah, Zane's right. If Spurs win, it'll be an awful week. It will be, mate.
Oh, jeez. Can we take one tragedy at a time? If my wife wants sex tonight, it's going to be even worse. So, it's like there are a lot of ifs. Let's just screw that. Too many ifs.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
GP. I tell you something, mate. If I love Leroy Sané. I think he's a class player. He's warming up. There's players in Man City's bench, right, who are squad players, can't get in their first 11, who would walk into our team and be the best player at the club.
All right, yeah, but also let's throw an asterisk next to that and say they might be that deep because they broke financial fair play rules. So let's look at it that way too, because it's ridiculous. Their bench is ridiculous.
What's it over? Leno, well done. Leno saved. Listen, this is ridiculous now. We need to make substitutes. It's as simple and easy as that. He needs to bring some fresh players on. I don't know what he's doing at the moment, Arteta.
Yeah, I agree. It is disappointing. I agree. That's disappointing. Yeah. Get those young speedsters in there. Pepe, Martinelli. Get him in there.
He's done this before, though. There's been a few times when he's finished matches when we needed something with subs still on the bench, and I was like, what's going on now? And I was hoping that he'd maybe get rid of that.
Well, one thing that I think we all agreed on as Arsenal fans is Arteta's still going to make some mistakes, and I think we're seeing one of them right now by not getting those young fast guys in there.
Well, Ben Foden and what's his name? I can't think of his name. Is coming on. Not Sane. Fernandinho, I think his name is coming on for Man City. David Silva's coming off.
Oh, Bernardo Silva. Right. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I wanted to make a point here, right? Because I thought this the other day. You know how Arsenal we don't spend big money, so we can't get the big players. When you look at it, right, Timo Werner, right, will be around about 54 million. For me, that's not a lot of money in the football, in that world, right? For a player like that, I think that's for me that's a bargain. Yeah, right. The player's got it all. Bernardo Silva, for me, it's a world class. I think he's class. And he works bloody hard. Do you know they got him for 40 million, Phil?
Yeah.
40 million, right? Now, it proves you can get top-class players, right, for around the 40, 50 million. It's not always 90, 100 million.
Well, look, there's two that we're looking at that have got buyout clauses. Upamecano and both party are around the 50 million euro mark.
Yeah.
We're pussyfooting around.
Yeah.
Right. City are owned by an oil country. Let's see what happens when they reveal what happened with them being banned or not, and if they broke rules to have a team this deep.
Oh my God, Mustafi needed a bit away there this time. Oh, we got away with that, lucky enough. We're on the attack. Saka down the left. We're throwing it up, Willock. Saka to Aubameyang.
I really feel for the boys because down to 10 men now.
Yeah, but why did I just see a busload of City players come on the field and we still have Martinelli and Pepe sitting on the bench?
Exactly.
This is
Right, here we go. We've got Nelson, we've got Lacazette, and we've got Maitland-Niles all coming on. So he's not going to put Pepe on tonight.
There must be something in training we didn't see because that doesn't make any sense.
Nketiah is coming off for, looks like, Lacazette.
Tony, mate, exactly. Kante, world-class player, right?
When
Probably
do
the
they-
best
when
in
do
the world
they
in
come
that
in?
position.
And
And
Willock,
Lacazette and
Guendouzi, Willock, and Nketiah is coming off.
so it's strange, isn't it? Our highest paid player is not featuring, and our record signing is not featuring.
I think
Did that ever happen?
I don't know. We're talking about Arteta and Pep, and right now it feels like this Star Wars where he gets his hand cut off on the bridge, where Luke
Why
gets
is he
his.
not bringing on Pepe? I don't get this. Why is he not bringing Pepe on?
It's an ass kicking.
What the?
He's
Oh,
got to be fit. If he's not fit, he wouldn't be on the bench, right?
I've always said that, and so I've got to stick with it. And you're right. If you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to play. It's a simple thing as that.
My God, if I weren't on with you guys right now, I would just go to Pornhub. I'm so done with this game.
Even though we might not get nothing out of this game, for someone like Reece Nelson now, he should be doing everything in his power to make sure that he outshines Nicolas Pepe to get picked again for the next game. Do you know what I'm getting at?
yeah. Does he want it enough, so Stan? Is Reece Nelson coming on? Or a Man City looking at thinking, oh my God, Nelson's coming on. No,
Exactly.
It gives them something to think about if Pepe comes on. It gives
Well,
you something
Nelson just had a chance there, and he fucked it right up again.
So what does the manager know about Pepe that we don't? What is
knows.
it? There must be something, right?
It's got to be something in training.
And I can tell you what I've got an idea it is, and I've said it on another podcast. I think the way that Mikel Arteta wants a person on the right-hand side to play in his team, I think Nelson plays more like he wants him than Pepe. Pepe always cuts in, whereas Nelson always hugs the sideline and works the ball up. The only thing is Pepe's got more technical skill.
Well saved. De Bruyne.
I think Nelson plays the position how Arteta wants the person to play the position. So maybe that's what he's looking at. The only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's a pretty good argument, but I would counter that with Pepe's better one-on-one against defenders, and Arteta can tell him if he wants him to stay outside and not cut in, you better listen to your manager and stay outside. So, you know, for me, it's got to be something in training.
Because every time he gets the ball and he gets into the final third, you know that he wants to either pass the ball inside or try to work it on the outside, whereas Nelson, he'll take the ball higher up the byline.
I mean, I guess in training, it could be Pepe's not listening to him and staying outside and cutting in. He's like, all right, you're not starting. You're not listening to me. You know, it could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Good news, boys. De Bruyne has gone off, so that's good news for us.
Shows you what they think as well when they can do that. We can take Kevin off now.
Not only that, boys. Not only that. What about Martinelli? We've left him on the bench and all, and brought him in front of it.
Yeah. Again. Oh Christ!
This is disappointing on so many levels.
But yet again, Sterling's in the box. He's had a poor game today, I must admit.
It's almost like the David Luiz and the two subs that he had to make earlier has totally messed up his plans. Do you know what I mean? And he's not found a way to kind of compensate for it. But it's funny because all of us sitting here all agree on what he should be doing. What do we know? Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then
doesn't it? It doesn't seem so obvious.
Yeah, a lot of valid points.
At the moment, it's 70 minutes gone. We've still got 20 minutes. We still can't be too down on Arteta and the way we played for 40 minutes. Because if it weren't for David Luiz, then we'd still be 0-0, boys. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Ryan, mate, that's a great point, and I totally agree with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, Leno has been our best player. You're right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Is Jay Willock still playing?
No, he's come off.
Oh, he's come off. Okay.
Yeah, he's come off. Aubameyang's got his head down at the moment. He's walking about.
Another player, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, getting a chance to play a competitive game in the midfield. He should be trying to grab this chance. I know we're down a man, but now we're down a man.
Terry, this is what I'm saying, right? Aubameyang is our captain, right? And his head is down. I don't see Aubameyang shouting, barking orders at these players. I don't see him doing that, right? Why is he captain?
Yeah.
But no, listen, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be honest with you. I understand where you're coming from, Diesel, but we haven't got the players to be able to even have to do that. No. We haven't got the players. So it's just all it is. It's just pure frustration because he's world class. This is what I'm saying. When you got Aubameyang, Ozil, you know, these players, these are world class players. He is world class. No matter what anybody says, he played for Germany in a World Cup winning team. When you're playing with likes of Guendouzi that come from the bloody, you know what I mean, the 4th division of France team and get straight into the Arsenal team and playing next to you in a world class team, come on, that won't frustrate you. Let's be honest, David.
That was a brilliant point about brilliant point about Aubameyang's head being down and he's our captain. Because as soon as you said that, I'm like, okay, who would be a better captain? Who would be doing something right now? Who would be doing something right now? And I couldn't think of a single player on the team that could be captain, you know what I mean? Motivating the team, leading by example. So, yeah, I completely agree. Aubameyang's not a captain, but we don't have a captain on this team.
No, exactly. Aubameyang doesn't look like a player that loves Arsenal and can't wait to sign a new contract to me.
Look, I'm going to be totally honest here. Who would love playing for Arsenal at the moment with the players that we've got? Half of this team are a load of shit. They are. They're a load of crap. I've been saying it for ages. David Luiz. I mean, look, they're showing the plays again. I mean, come on. Come on.
You can play in a shit team, but you can still be individually good. You can still be a good player in a shit team. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not seeing that today at all.
You can only do that for so much.
Here's the thing, though, right? You've got to remember that until David Luiz fucked everything up for us, I thought that the boys were making a really good account of themselves.
Yes.
They were. And then we had to put David Luiz in. And my biggest problem here is David Luiz should have been pissed off that he weren't in the starting lineup, being one of the senior players and one of the oldest statesmen in the team. So he comes on, he should have been playing his best game to show why he should be given another contract. What does he do? He assists a goal for us, causes a penalty, and then gets a red card.
Yeah. No, I can't argue with that. And you want to take it another step further because someone pointed out a great point that Leno is our best player in this game. The first 42 minutes, remember, we were robbed. We should have had a penalty shot. The ref did not call it. By all accounts, we could have been up 1-0 in this game if the referee wasn't total crap.
Yeah. And I did say that when we had our shout, I said, if it was the other way round, we would have got hammered for that. And when it was the other way round, we got the penalty and the red card.
Yes. Yes.
And you can't tell me there's no conspiracy.
We've got a super chat here from Flo. He said, if I was Pepe and saw Eddie's name before mine, I would hand the transfer request. If you spend £72 million on a player, he's a guaranteed starter week in, week out.
I've got one better than that for you, Flo. If I was Aubameyang, I wouldn't sign a new contract if I saw that I was being played out of position for young Eddie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I totally agree with Cliff here. He said Tony Adams couldn't get this lot going. Exactly. You see what I mean? It does not matter how good you are. Even if Ronaldo was in this team or Messi, we would still be the same. You can't.
No. We're being unfair, though. I don't think we should say this lot because, again, we were trying very hard to be competitive until David Luiz. It's messed everything up. And the disappointing thing is that it seems like Mikel Arteta has obviously had some plan, and it seemed like the first bump in the road, he's not able to regroup and get a plan C because do you know what I'm getting at?
Yes.
Because he knows much more about football than we'll ever forget or remember, right? But we're all saying the same thing. How is some players like Martinelli and Pepe not coming on to try and get something out of this? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is an Arteta learning moment, a mistake he's making. We're watching it live right now, with his substitutions. We needed to counteract being down a man with some fast young people in there that can score goals. And as far as I'm concerned, he made the wrong batch of substitutions last time.
And there were players in there that were trying hard. Kieran Tierney's been playing. A few other players. Ceballos was trying, but the David Luiz thing has just wrecked everybody. Wrecked it for everybody.
Yeah.
We're down to 10 men now. You know you were given a chance to keep it respectable, and one of your teammates is going to let you down.
Oh my God! Sorry.
Did he score on the free kick?
No. He literally played the ball 2 meters away from him, and there was no Arsenal player near him. And he was in the box, and Leno saved it, and Maitland Knowles had kicked it out. But I mean, He was wide open here. Man City, Foden took the corner really early. He's crossed it over, but it's gone too far over. Bellerin's cleared it, but only to Sterling.
Again, man.
Man City still here. Silva.
Come on. Show some guts. Nick a goal. Make them worry. Come on. All right. Pressure the ball. Come on.
Oh. Listen, what you were saying earlier, Stan, you was right. You know, we have played well for 40 minutes, but
yeah,
you know, I knew it. I knew I said we'd win, but I said the only thing that had let it down, and I said it the other day, didn't I, Diesel, on our stream last time, is probably players' mistakes.
Yeah.
And Diesel, you missed it because you had to go for a second, but you're completely right about Aubameyang as captain. But if you think about it, there's no captains on this team. There aren't.
No, he's not a captain. He's not a captain. But if he's wearing wearing the armband, he's got a duty to at least open his mouth and look interested.
Oh, absolutely. And never put your head down, ever. Never, ever put your head down.
Right, those youngsters, right, are looking at their captain and they're seeing his head down and that he's not interested. That sends a very poor message, right, to the rest of the team.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's disgusting.
It's like Cliff said earlier, Tony Adams couldn't do anything. He couldn't.
I agree.
He couldn't. What could he do? What could he possibly do? Did you hear me, Diesel?
Yeah.
What can he do?
Oh, Christ.
What could have been, isn't it? What could have been if we could have kept 10 men, we didn't have to put on David Luiz. Do you know what I mean? It could be a different story. It's always like one little thing that undoes it all.
Oh my God!
Yeah, they're bringing on Sergio Aguero.
Man, it doesn't get any better, Stan, does it?
Has run out and basically took out his own player, and they're really.
My God!
If it doesn't rain, it pours.
Proper knocked out.
And if you're someone like Aguero, right, you know, your job is to score goals. You're coming on at 2-0. They're down to 10. You'll be thinking, I could get a couple of goals here. That's your attitude, right? I could probably get a couple of goals here.
Yeah. Aguero, for me, I think is the best striker in the league.
Yeah, agreed.
My opinion.
Agreed. And what I like about him as well, when he's not playing football, you don't hear fuck all about him. You know what I mean? There's no aggro, there's no bother, there's no stories about him getting pissed up in clubs and shagging loads of birds. It's like they put him in a box of cotton wool until the next game.
Yeah, he's real old school. I like that.
Isn't he married to Maradona's daughter?
He was. I don't think he's with her anymore. I think they have a kid together, though. But you know what I like about Guardiola, right? He got to Man City. Don't forget, Aguero was class even then. And even then, Pep was like, you're not doing enough. And he dropped him, didn't he? Right, for a lot of games and said, look, you know, I need you to work. You don't work hard enough. You know,
a lot of other players.
I love that.
Players would have said, well, fuck you, I'll go somewhere else then.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you know what? That could apply to why Pepe didn't start and why Pepe didn't come in as a substitute. Maybe he doesn't feel he's trying hard enough. Just saying, there's a lot of different possibilities going on with everything.
at least Mikel Arteta is not afraid to, discipline players if that's what he's doing. I mean, this is our record signing. We paid 72 million, or we've invested 72 million.
And if he's not following instructions in training, I am fully behind the manager saying you're sitting down.
It's going to be interesting when he said there's going to be some stuff after the match that he's going to say, right? He said that. He alluded to that, didn't he? About Ozil and so forth. So it's going to be interesting now on the back of this performance, how far he goes with what he's got to say. Do you know what I'm getting at?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I would appreciate him being candid, especially after so many years of Arsene Wenger, pussyfooting around everything, and then Unai, who I could never understand. So it would be nice for a candid manager. I'm sorry if that was wrong to say. I didn't understand Unai, but I really didn't.
No, I don't think the players did either. Another stretcher.
Yeah, they're putting him on a stretcher. Yeah.
This is so odd. When I watched the opening weekend of the Bundesliga, it was a lot of mistakes. It looked like a lot of training games. Here, the football has been top notch, except for David Luiz, but more guys have been getting hurt in the opening Premier League games.
They didn't have anything like this in the previous game, no, did they? The Villa game? No?
No, they did not. Well, I mean, I got to give it to Manchester City. They came out and they wanted it as much as we did. All credit to them for that. But David Luiz, I'll never forgive him. This is his Waterloo. This is his Baku. No one is defending him anymore. He should not wear the jersey for the rest of this season and let some other sucker sign him next season.
Every time you say that about being David Luiz's Waterloo, I just have visions of him in that Napoleon outfit with his hand in the jacket and the hat. God, these medical guys, they're literally wearing like nuclear hazmat suits.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is that the paw on the floor?
Sorry, Tel?
Is that the paw on the floor? Who is it?
I can't work out who it is. I'm not sure who it is.
I think it's the paw.
They haven't showed the replay, which probably means it's graphic. Do they edit replays there? Do they not show replays in the UK if it's a particularly terrible injury?
Yeah, they don't.
Oh, okay, because have you seen it? I haven't seen a replay.
No, I haven't seen a replay.
Is that number 16, their young defender?
It must have been a horrible injury.
Have you seen that guy, number 16? I don't recognise him. Is that young defender of theirs?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, unit.
Diesel, Terry, have you guys seen a replay of this injury?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
No, still on the floor on that, so I haven't.
I hope he's okay. I mean,
how big is that young lad? He looks about 35. Look at the size of him. He's massive.
Oh, blimey, yeah.
Number 16. That young kid. He's huge.
Yep.
No, that can't be a mess. Ain't that Rodri? Didn't Rodri come on?
Yeah, that's Rodri. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Rodri.
Wait, who are you guys talking about?
Number 16.
Oh, okay. My dog is barking. I'll be right back.
Oh, mate. Do you know what, right? I don't know if this is me being a bit silly, right? But like in times like this, and I'm seeing Arsenal players having a laugh and a joke with the Man City players, that really winds me up.
Yeah.
It does. I can't help it. It really winds me up.
There's a time and a place. This isn't the time or the place for that. Yeah. If anything, they should be talking to each other and trying to iron out some of the mistakes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm getting at? Exactly. Such and such, you've not been picking such and such up. Make sure you pick him up and not just laughing and joking. They can do that after the game when we can't see it.
Stan, all I'm seeing, right, is Pep Guardiola calling his players over and saying, right, you do this, you over there, right? That's what we should be doing. Use this time to regroup, right? and execute plan B or plan C or plan D or whichever it is. Oh, dear.
I can't believe that all we're talking about, right? All we're talking about is a guy that come on the pitch for, what, 5 minutes? He didn't defend the ball and give a fucking goal away as an assist. And then he gave a penalty away and got sent off.
But let's have it right, though. I'm not going to have an Arteta loving. He's not made some good decisions since then. He hasn't.
He hasn't. I agree.
And I've said this before on previous podcasts before the football stopped, that on a few times that, you know, we got to the end of games where we were struggling and he finished with a couple of subs on the bench. You never finish with change in your pocket if you can help it. And I've said that I hope that's something that he looks back on and thinks, okay, I need to improve on that, because it is his first rodeo. He's going to be learning. He's got things that he's got to get out of his way, but I'm disappointed to see that he's doing it again.
Can I ask you guys, because I had to let my dogs in, has he moved his limbs at all? I see that they have his head secured. They're not showing a replay, so it must be freaking awful.
His head's in the protective thing, man.
Yeah. Has he moved? Has he given a thumbs up to show he has movement and it's not a spinal injury?
I don't know. I mean, he's got his legs and everything are all strapped up and his hands are free, but they're just crossed on his chest.
All right, let's hope he gives a thumbs up as he's going off.
They're just about to go off now, so
that's never a good sign when you see a player putting their top up like this, is he either?
And he's not giving the thumbs up to the crowd either. This is terrible. I ask everyone to pray to whatever God they worship for this poor man, because this does not look good.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Who is it? Who is it?
I don't know.
Who it is?
I don't know. I thought it was Liverpool.
Oh, I can't believe he didn't give the thumbs up. That's terrible. The players must be shook up.
Yeah, it looked
underway
bad.
now.
Bad.
Back underway.
That's got to be what? 10 minutes injury time?
Oh, it's got to be at least, yeah.
Oh, it's Simon. Thanks, mate. It's Garcia. That's the young kid, isn't it? That's the 18-year-old who's at centre back. Javi Garcia.
They're saying something about Edison talking about having teeth marks on his glove. I just heard.
Oh yeah,
the impact.
He must have hit him with his hand or something. Yeah, the impact, because he kept showing his glove to his players.
Yeah, Lone Star. I agree, mate. That's true. It's true. I'm sure Terry and the lads would agree on that as well.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, you can't legislate for them things. You can only tell players what to do when they go on the pitch, and then when they go on the pitch, you can't fucking. You know what I mean? You can't legislate for what Louise has done for going on in 5-10 minutes of playing football.
I agree, but I'm just very surprised at the reaction that he has chosen to make.
Yeah.
He's probably, you know what I mean? He's probably, his heart's probably sunk, isn't it? Let's be honest, you know what I mean? You've been made into 2 substitution straps already when we've only just come back after a 3-month bloody. You know what I mean? These 2 players could be out for another 4 or 5 weeks. And then you bring on a player that's supposed to be one of the most experienced players in our squad, and he goes and does that. I mean, come on. Surely even you would be thinking, why not? What did I do? Why did I do that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Luis has been given enough rope now to hang himself, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got the black. He's got the black hat in this game.
He should have been pissed off that he didn't get picked to start, and he should have come on and have been playing out of his skin. And also,
he's at the post. Oh, goal, Foden. 3-0 Man City. Game, set and match. That is it. Game over. Good night, Vienna. From one end to the pitch to the other. Just cut right through.
All right, moves the ball out. Sterling cuts it in. Hits the post. Foden.
This is all butterfly effect because David Luiz killed this game for us and killed our effort.
How many times have we lost by this scoreline to Man City? It's always 3-0, isn't it? Christ.
Yeah, but how many times can we say that we played really well for the first 42 minutes?
No, we played all right. I wouldn't say we played really, really well. You know.
Okay, fair enough.
No, I'm not saying we were crap. I'm not saying we played better than a lot better than what I thought. But no,
it's going to be really interesting to see his post-match interview to see what kind of a manager he is, how he responds to these kinds of things when you know you've been let down by an individual. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this match must be hurting him probably one of the most of all because of who his opponents. It's going to be interesting to see how if he's vocal enough to talk about individual mistakes, or whether he's one of those managers that's going to try and say, you know what I mean, put his arms around everyone and you know, do a Wenger, you know, and Wenger would never blame at anyone's door. It's going to be interesting to see how candid he is.
I don't think he'll be like Wenger. Wenger, he just was like, everybody gave 100% effort. We came a little short. You know, Arteta's not going to do that.
Look there. I need to see the video.
yeah.
11 minutes injury time, man. 11 minutes injury time.
Oh, David Luiz, I hate you.
It's going to be interesting because we don't really know much about Mikel Arteta, and it's about emotions, and I'll be fucking fuming. And if you got me on the microphone after this match, I'll be telling you, David Luiz should be fined under every single bat.
I hope you're well, mate. Tell, I know you love Arteta, but I'm not sold on him yet. Questions need to be asked about the lineup and subs. Also, why play your striker on the left for a kid? Rookie mistakes shown from him. I know it's Man City, but I want to see some more from our manager.
I agree with a lot of that.
It's a fair point. It is a fair point.
Fair point.
I'm not as down on Arteta as was that Flo the name? But I completely agree with like 95% of that.
Again, like I said, you know, it's all going to fall on Arteta's shoulders at the moment, and really, our venting should go on David Luiz at the end of the day.
The one thing that I would say though to the comment that you just put up, at least we're finding out whether Eddie Nketiah is got it or not. I'd rather find out than shuffling players off on loan and not seeing them and not knowing. And you know what I mean? He's putting them on in matches of the biggest games. Let's see if he's got it. If he hasn't, I'd rather find out now than have him at the club for another year and a half, 2 years and not really knowing.
Yeah. The only problem with that is, Stan, my only problem with that is like I keep saying, Silver's through. Oh, I need to put it wide. My only problem with that is that Arsenal, as a football club, have not had a great team for years. A great team. And what I mean by that is a great 11 and even the bench, right? We've not had a great team for years. So these players that we keep bringing in, like Guendouzi, like Eddie Nketiah, like Saka, all of these players, they're not playing in a fantastic team. They haven't got fantastic players all around them. And that is what Wenger done for us. That's what he left us in. And then Emery put us even further back with the players that he brought in. So we are now building from the very bottom. It's a simple thing as that.
You bet tell we've got two strikers, right, that cost 50 million each, that's 100 million pounds worth of firepower, and he's gone with the young kid from the academy. There's a part of that I think is pretty bold, because as I say, I'm one of those that I want to know now whether our players are good enough. I don't want them in the background. I'm like, we never get to see them. We don't know. But on the other side of that, if you're someone like Aubameyang and you're trying to be coached to sign a contract and you're saying, well, you're playing this kid from the academy and I'm not playing in my favourite position, I'm done with this. I can get that as well.
Yeah, I'm not that far apart from you on this, Stan, because I would like to see Eddie go out on loan. But if we're going to keep him, he's going to use him. Fine, don't put him out on loan. That we're seeing it here. So yeah, I agree with you there, but I still would prefer to see him out on loan.
Right.
Do you know what? Right, my take on that is, I would like Eddie to go out on loan, but only to a Premier League club, right, where he's going to play, because he's not going to play here. He needs. I can't judge Eddie over this game. He's a kid. He needs to run. I'd like to see him play regular in the Premier League. Right, he done the business at Leeds. Now he needs to step up in the Premier League and do the same there. Right. My only thing with Arteta, I'm not saying Arteta out or anything like that. A lot of tonight wasn't his fault, but there are certain things that I would like to question him on. What I would say, if it was Emery who'd have done this, right, he would have been lynched.
Oh yeah.
Right. So what goes for one has got to go for the other. There's got to be equality. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, this is our first game back. It's not like the players need a rest. Right. We've been out for 3 months. Right. This is our game in hand. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like your best players. Everyone said, oh, if ever there was a time to play Man City, it's now. So if that's the case, right, let's give them, right, let's play our top players and really go for it and really, do you know what I'm saying? But I said to you, Tim, I heard the line up and I thought, I don't know.
I have to disagree with that Leeds thing, though, because he went to Leeds and Bielsa couldn't keep Jamie Bamford out of the team. He started off well, but then he couldn't really get a game.
He scored more goals, Stan.
He couldn't really get a game, and I think it was because Bamford was more of a team player and worked in that system a lot better than Eddie could. And
that's fine. I'll take goals over that any day of the week.
I think Eddie needs to be able to.
In the box. Play back. Oh, for God's sakes, a Aubameyang and it's gone wide. I think it should be a corner, but.
Do you know what? All right. You say that Lacazette is more of a team player than Aubameyang. Who would you rather keep?
Listen, at the end of the day,
that says it all.
You said
Aubameyang gets goals.
Emery would have roasted for this. If we played this under Emery tonight, we wouldn't have done half as good as what we've done in that first half. It's a simple fact.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
No, but if he'd have picked that same lineup, Till, and this was the result 3-0, you know as well as I do, he played what? He played Eddie. He kept Pepe on the bench. No, he's out. You know that. Come on. You know he would have got lynched.
Yeah, you're right.
We shown fight. We shown fight in that first half.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for David Luiz and our player getting injured, who was it? Mari. If he didn't get injured, we would have gone in 0-0 and we would have all been happy and said, he's done well.
Emery played Xhaka and Mustafi. They made mistakes, and all I heard was, why is Emery playing him? Emery needs to be sacked. Well, hang on a minute. He can't account for Mustafi making that error. Xhaka, another one.
No, but it was his formation and the way he set up the team. He set up the team not to lose, and that's the way we went with a negative before we even went out. We was going to lose.
Oh no, I get that, but Arteta will get stick because of 2 David Luiz mistakes. And all right, my point is, Emery got a lot of stick because of a Mustafi mistake or a Xhaka mistake. Those two examples are the same, aren't they? And forget about how we played. So if a player made a mistake, it always comes on the manager. It does. It's not right. It's not right.
He's got to shoulder some of the blame for the way that he's reacted to the unforeseen circumstances in the game, right? The Xhaka situation and the Luiz. I do think that the options that he had open to him, I'm not a football manager, right? I'm not getting paid the $5 million a year that he is, but I think that his reaction to what's happened could have been better. So I don't think that Mikel Arteta can be 100% absolved. Do you know what I'm getting at?
No, but his only other choice was Socrates when Mari went down. If Arteta wants to, show us what he's made of, he should say after the game what David Luiz did was unforgivable. He let the whole team down, and then bench him for the rest of the season.
He's finished the game with what? Martinelli, Pepe, still on the bench. And for me, I think that they could have been somehow utilised. He could have maybe changed the formation a little bit. I don't know, but I'm just saying that David Luiz let us down for sure, big time. But I think Mikel Arteta cannot be absolved 100% for the way that he's reacted to what's happened, and it's a learning curve for him. This is what happens when you have a raw manager. He's learning on the job, and I accept that. I understand that.
It's 3-0.
I'm not gonna crucify him for it. I understand that. We have to put up with that. We have to accept that.
3-0 score, full time. Man City 3, Arsenal 0. Two very, 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 very big mistakes by the ex-Chelsea man. Half of the Arsenal fan base wanted him, said he's absolutely fantastic. Can't believe Chelsea's letting him go. And they wanted him in the team and thinks that he's experienced. He should still be there. And that's what he went and done for our team tonight. Absolutely annihilated us.
Okay, Terry. So from now on, you're not going to have to worry about that anymore. No one is going to stick up for him. Anybody that is not in a room with rubber walls is going to stick up for him. So now you don't have to worry about that anymore.
And I know that. And I just want to make the point and all of we keep talking about Eddie Nketiah and that he's only young and that we should send him out. Like, that's my exact view on Guendouzi. Guendouzi's exactly the same. He's young like him. He should be out on loan. He shouldn't be playing in our team. He's not good enough. It's a simple and easy fact. If you're making the point about Eddie Nketiah, young Saka, young Willock and all that, why are we keep praising Guendouzi? He's the same age as them. He come from a second-rate French team. But yet we all think, not all of us, most of us think on our face that he's world-class, he's going to be a great player. No, he's not.
And I'd have to say to that, Terry, that the way that you feel about Guendouzi, and I'd be inclined to agree with you, he's been overplayed since he's been at Arsenal. I feel that Willock should be out on loan. I don't think Willock has got what it takes to be turning out for the first squad just yet. Not in a game like this, but maybe that's all we've got. Ozil wasn't there. He couldn't trust him for some reason, so he had to use what he had. But in a perfect world, Willock, Guendouzi, Eddie Nketiah, they'd probably be out on loan. Do you know what I mean? In a perfect world, but we're having to use these guys. We're not like Chelsea. We can't have all these youngsters out on loan, 40 players out on loan. We have to keep them closer. So, I don't know.
I mean, what we've got to look at is that, we keep harping on back to, the good old days when Tony Adams was captain and you had Thierry Henry, you had Vieira, defence. None of these players would be able to get a game in that team. None of these players.
No.
We would integrate them one at a time. We would bring on one player at a time because he'd have world-class players around them. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Aubameyang can't do it on his own, no matter how good he is, right? And people still believe that we should sell him, even though probably after tonight. Now, if we haven't got him scoring any goals for us whatsoever, even though he didn't score any goals, then God help us. We might as well go down to the championship because without him, we are nothing. I'm afraid.
And you guys, and I remember Claude on here when I was on here the last time, kind of was like nudging me a little bit when I came out and said that I think that El Neni is better than a few of the players that we've got. I'm not saying that El Neni is world class, but I would rather have him available in our squad right now, for example, over Guendouzi. Guendouzi should be out on loan.
But Stan, again, right, this is what's frustrating about us as Arsenal fans. We're sitting here saying that we want El Neni to be in our squad. Why? Why do we want him? I'm
just saying, I don't want him near this squad, but for what we've got, if I'm talking about using what we have got, then it should be Guendouzi is the one that on loan, and El Neni should be in the squad, not vice versa. I'm not saying that El Neni's our saviour by any mark. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated because obviously I think we was all
let down today though. We got let down, right? And you shouldn't feel frustrated. And I'm talking to everyone here now, everyone in the chat box. We put up a good account of ourselves, but it was an individual, right, that let us down today. And the wheels fell off from that. There we are at Man City, holding our own. And then what happens? We go down the man. Come on. If you was on the Arsenal team, if you was one of the players, your heads would have dropped. You'd be like, fucking hell. We were just getting somewhere, and then this dough bag's going to let us down again, and your head's going to drop.
I like to think that most Arsenal fans, after they sleep on it, are going to feel that way, Stan, because that is a brilliant outlook, and I'm halfway there, but I need to smoke a lot of weed and turn this computer off, and then I'll be better.
I think that's reality, and because of the way that we've lost now, we're looking inwards and we're looking at other bad performances and that. And I will say that I understand that the performance went down because you've done so much to work yourself up into this game. You're holding in there, you're getting the ball in the box. It looked like things are going to happen, and then one of your guys lets you down. Heads are going to drop. I'm a little bit disappointed that Aubameyang couldn't kind of like at least gesticulate and have the appearance of someone who's trying to get everyone G'd up rather than having his head down. But this is a guy that could be leaving us, you know. So, and I'm a little bit disappointed that there were a couple of players that are on the bench that we didn't utilise. But we don't know the full story, and maybe the manager's going to tell us a little bit more. He's yet to tell us why Mesut Ozil didn't even make the match-day squad. So.
I just want to say, Laura, you're absolutely right. Big up Diesel for getting the score right. He predicted that we'd lose 3-0.
Oh.
To be honest, I said 3-1, but yeah, more or less, you know, close.
But
I've got to be honest.
Right, I know. Sorry, Diesel, mate.
Sorry, mate. I'm just going to say, I'll just go back on what Stan said. I don't know if I'm being very harsh here, or maybe I'm still stuck in the old ways, but we had a man sent off and we went a goal down. I don't think it's acceptable at all that their heads dropped. Because for me, that is a poor mentality. So what you're saying is every time we play a game, we go a goal down, right? Oh well, we gave it a go for half hour. Let's just no, sorry. You know, we're used to seeing winners here, and I know we keep harping on back to the. But these players need to realise just how big of a club Arsenal is. For me, right, if that was a Norwich or West Ham, that sort of team, fine, that may be acceptable over there, right? For a club as big as ours, that's not acceptable, right? Yes, all right, we have to play the cards that we're dealt. We had a player sent off, right? It was still 0-0, right? We go a goal down, okay. It's one goal. Man City weren't at their best tonight, right? For me, that's not enough to think, oh, well, no, don't let your heads drop. We're still in it. That's where a mentality comes in. And Aubameyang is the captain, right? He could have refused the captaincy. He accepted it. It was his decision to take it. So if you take the captaincy, you have to take what comes with it, because that holds the responsibility. You're holding something, right? That great players, world-class players in the past have had, right? And the baton has now been passed on to you. Show your care. Don't have your head down, because when the youngsters are seeing that, your head goes down, theirs will.
Please, Terry, let me respond to that. I'm not going to, I agree with you on Aubameyang, okay, Diesel? But please don't confuse trying to look at a glass half full as it being, accepting mediocrity from this team. Nobody is accepting mediocrity from this team, but I do prefer, like Stan, to look at it as glass half full. We did some good things today. I'm not accepting we lost. Oh, well, we lost 3-0. No, that's not what I'm saying. My fucking night is ruined because of Arsenal and especially David Luiz. But you can't say guys like me and Stan are accepting mediocrity because we want to see some positives. We take some positives out of this game.
Let me just come off the back of that.
Maybe the positive.
We played well for 42 minutes. Bernd Leno was outstanding today.
Exactly.
That's about it.
let me just come off the back of that. And I agree 100% with you, right, Dees, right? In an isolated situation, when things don't go the way you're going, that's when you dig in, you come together and think, right, fuck this shit. We're down to 10 men. Let's fucking do something about this. Thing is, though, this wasn't an isolated incident. How many times has the same player, or whether it's not that same, maybe it's not Luis, it's Mustafi or Socrates that cost us points. And if you're another member on the team, you get to this age, you think, how many more times is this going to happen? It's not. It's different if it's isolated, but I'm seeing it. It's repetition all of the time. And if I was on the squad, I'd be thinking, "Here we go again." Doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't. It's one of these three. Xhaka, Luis, Socrates. They cost us points.
No, They should have all walked off the pitch, right? So as soon as David Luiz made that mistake and we go a goal down. Oh, well, history repeats itself. We might as well leave now. Do you know what I mean? If that's the case, right, and it's the same player. These are internationals, right? This is why I disagree, right? When Terry said we forget. No, I don't forget, right? These players have sold out every single manager who's been here, yeah? And they will probably do it, right?
They were the managers that bought these players in the first place, Diesel. Arsene Wenger and Emery. They was the managers that bought these players.
Yeah.
So why are we giving the managers all the stick? These players, right? Why are we talking about Wenger and Emery? Why are we talking about them? Wenger left us in a proper shit. This man of a magic manager that all these Arsenal, he was magic for 10 years. The last 11 years.
You know my thoughts on Wenger. You know my thoughts on
He fucked us over.
I don't rate him as much as what everyone else did. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All I'm saying is the players, a lot of Arsenal fans always go to the manager, and in the process of that, these players get a constant pass. For me, yes, the manager will always be the one who's going to get sacked in the end, right? Because you can't sack 11 players. But what you have to also look at the players. You have to look at them, Till. I'm saying, why should they get a pass?
I'm not giving them a pass. I'm not giving them a pass.
I'm saying the only reason why we're talking about these players, is because Wenger and Emery bought them here, or the Arsenal board.
Oh my God, this whole thing is like a microcosm of what Twitter's going to be like for the next 3 days. Listen, I have to go make dinner for my hideous wife and my hideous kids. So it was an absolute pleasure, even through this whole yelling fest. Diesel, you know I highly respect your opinion, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I don't want you to think I'm fighting with you.
No.
So, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you so much for having me, and I will see you and talk to you all soon, okay?
Cheers, Glenn.
All right, take it easy, boys.
Thanks, mate.
Mate.
Listen, boys, I don't know if you want to carry on, but I need to obviously go to work on that. So,
yeah.
Do you want to carry on? I don't know. Or do you want to end it?
It's up to you, mate. I can go for another 5-10 minutes if you're free, Stan.
I've got nothing planned at all, mate.
There you go.
So I'm going to love and leave you all. Thank you very much for joining us and coming over and watching us. We really appreciate it. Just to quickly let you know that don't forget, we've got our Arsenal reaction show tomorrow. That's going to be great. So come on and watch that. And obviously, we're going to have some big announcements to announce tomorrow. 3 or 4 big announcements with our channel going forward. So please come over and watch us. We will look out for the time tomorrow. I don't know what time it'll be, but watch out for that show. It'll be a good show. Stan, thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Mate, thanks for having me on, mate, and have a good, safe night at work.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. Thank you very much. Diesel, as always, mate.
Awesome, mate.
And
I'll
give you a bill afterwards, yeah?
Yeah, cool. No worries, mate.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to come off op mic now too, because I'll have to close that down. But you can close this one down, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
We still go on YouTube, so everyone stay on. It's not a problem. Thank you very much, everyone in the chat, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Top man, Tel. Top man.
See you later on.
Later on.
Oh, I've got to come off here.
Yeah, I'm just very disappointed, though, Diesel, of these individuals that let us down. And it's always the usual suspects. It's always the senior players that are supposed to be setting the example that are the ones that are costing us points. You know, I can understand you've got a young lad coming in and he's finding his way, but it's our senior players that are costing us games.
Do you know what? You know what it is, Stan, right? For me, when it's very mixed on when people talk about, like, you know, your Willockshire and Ketias, and, you know, if these youngsters, right, were at a club like a Liverpool or Man City, right, the one thing that they will get is time. Yeah. So if Willock plays at Liverpool and he has a couple of, you know, bad games, Liverpool is still going to win the game anyway. So it gets overlooked a little bit, which means obviously he's got a lot of time, you know, to obviously, you know, fit in and to obviously, you know, find his form.
Yeah. Because
we're such a piss poor team, right? We place even more of an emphasis on the youngsters. Yeah. So I'm saying, because we're looking at them thinking, well, the seniors aren't doing it. All right, let's give the youngsters a go. And when they don't perform, they get so much stick. Tonight, I'm looking at Aubameyang. I don't care, Stan. Right? That I don't agree with all this about if he goes, we're finished. Because for me, that's an absolute insult to us as a club. All right? I've seen bigger and better players than Aubameyang at this club. They've gone, right, and we're still here as a club.
Exactly.
Aubameyang's good. He ain't that good. Right? In my opinion, he's not world class. Don't get me wrong.
I like him, but
I think he's on the lower tier.
There's no RVP, right?
No. No.
Do you know what I mean?
Sorry.
Just on total output, and in big games, he's no RVP.
No, exactly. And I'm not saying I don't. I love Aubameyang, right? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But for me, there's world class, and there's that next tier under. I think he's there. I don't think he's world class, right? World class, I put Messi, Ronaldo in that bracket. For me, Aubameyang's nowhere near that, right? But all this about if he goes, we have to keep him. As far as I'm concerned, Stan, if he doesn't want to be in, he won't sign a contract. He can fuck off. I'm sorry, that's my mentality. No one is bigger than the club, but because we've sunk over the years, our expectations have also sunk as well. And it's like we accept mediocrity, right? I won't. Do you know what I'm saying? I will never have a player hold us to ransom. I don't care who he is.
See,
right? I believe in the club, not the player. I support the club. I don't support Aubameyang. Do you know what I'm saying? I support the club. And that's where we need to get back to.
For me, right, Dees, what's happening now with that Aubameyang situation? And I said this, right, I said it the day that we offered Mesut Ozil his new contract. I said then, this is going to come back at some point and bite us right up in the arse.
Yeah.
And it's happening now because if you was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the output and what you do provide to the team, and it's time for contract negotiations, surely you're looking at that guy over there who's on 350 grand a week, and you're looking at what it is that he brings to the team, and you're thinking, well, hold on a minute. If we're talking on the output here, I've got to be on parity. I've got to be on parity. Whereas if he wasn't on that huge contract, maybe we'd be looking at maybe talking to a Pierre Aubameyang about maybe giving him 240 grand a week, 250 with some incentives in there, because he already gets a goal bonus of 45 grand a week, right? I don't know if you're aware of that. Every goal he scores for Arsenal, he gets paid £45,000 on top of his salary. Yeah, that's his goal bonus, right? Some of our players get assist bonus. I was hearing the other day now that this is how greedy players are. They now have set piece bonuses. And that's where if a team scores off of a corner or a free kick, everyone on the pitch in a team will get a bonus because there's so many people running in and out of positions to cause it. This is where we're at. So he's looking at 350 grand a week. That's got to be what the problem is. And in a way, you can't blame him because he's bringing the most to the team at the moment, right? And you're looking at Ozil and you're thinking, well, he's on 350 bags a week. What's going on? And we cannot afford to pay him that.
No, if I was Aubameyang,
and he's not worth that.
No, do you know what? Stan, he's 31, right? The way I look at it, right? He's 31. If I was him, I would go. Because as an Arsenal fan, I'm sick and tired of that word project, right? Every year we have a project. Every year we have a war chest in the summer. Every year we got this. Every year we got that, right? And it's basically this club, right? Just basically conning the fans. That's how I look at it. Aubameyang's 31. Aubameyang is not interested in a project. He ain't got time for that, Stan. He wants to win something. And it's hard to say this, right? If he's got any ambition at all, he should go. He should go. Because I would. Yeah. And I'm being honest. I know that's controversial. That might get me some stick. I would go, right? Because he's a millionaire anyway. Money's not my motivation. I want to win trophies, right? So when there's a player I know, and even he said it, he went, you know what's cool? It's when you're a granddad, right? And you've got your grandkids around and you're showing them your trophies. That for me is the benchmark. That's what I would want. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if he's got any sort of ambition, right, even at 31, because he hasn't won a lot in his career.
Well, the thing is with him, right, he can turn around to his grandkids and say, "Would you want to go out for a drive in today, the Ferrari or the Lambo?"
Yeah, exactly. It's true, isn't it? It's true. And but that's what I'm saying. It's games like this tonight, right? When it doesn't always go for you, Stan. Right. Sometimes you have to pull your socks up, right, and go for it. Sometimes you've got to work even harder because of a setback, i.e., a player getting sent off. right? It's at those games like tonight where I'm looking around, not so much at the youngsters, right? Because they need guidance. Stan, I'm looking at the senior players. I'm looking at Aubameyang, right? Because he's a fan favourite, right? He gets a pass. No, sorry, he doesn't, right?
No.
I look at Aubameyang. I look at the Ozils if he's playing. I look at David Luiz, the senior players. Bellerin's a senior player, right? Guide these kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Guide them. Open your mouth. Oh, I want to see some organisation on the pitch. No one has a clue, Stan, on what they're doing. It's a
If you
fact.
think about it, though, up to a point, all of our senior players got taken out of the game, right? Mustafi got taken out of the game. Xhaka was out of the game. David Luiz was out of the game. That really only left Aubameyang, right? Do you know what I mean? Everybody else was kind of, yeah, I think Hector Bellerin was in there as well. But other than that, everybody else was fairly new to the club, or, you know, Pablo Mari, Kieran Tierney, all these guys were new to the club, or on loan, or with us on loan. So, you know,
this is what I'm saying. This is why, right? I mean, I've got when we did our predictions right the other day, and I said, you know, in my opinion, we'd lose 3-1 because I'll be honest, Dan, I do not believe in these players. The problem with a lot of Arsenal fans,
give us a goal then.
Exactly, and that's what exactly. That was my bit of positivity, right? And the way I look at it, there's been 3 months without any football, right? There's a lot of Arsenal fans who have got short memories, right, and forget how we were before. I know what Terry said. I think we had 4 wins on the spin, yeah. But we're playing a Man City, you know, Stan. You know, I keep hearing if there was ever a time to play him, it's now. I didn't like the lineup. I'm not going to lie. It was too risky. Get your best players on the pitch to start the game. Get a goal or two, and shut up shop. That's what I would have done, right?
Yeah.
Match them, right? They got an 18-year-old. Yeah.
The resistance in playing Aubameyang through the middle. That's where he's played his whole career. That's where he's done most of his damage. Yes, he scored a lot of goals for us on the wing, but I mean, I don't understand the refusal to play him through the middle. I can understand it a little bit when you're trying to shoehorn in another £50 million striker because you've got one on your books like Lacazette and you're trying to keep everyone happy. But to make way for Eddie, a young guy from the academy, in a big game like this, I don't understand the thinking behind that. He's obviously seen something in Eddie that we haven't been seeing in training. Shows a lot of belief. I don't know. Or is it naivety? It's either a lot of belief or a lot of naivety, right?
Do you know what? Yeah, there's loads of, like, you know, top players in the past who pundits have openly said they were useless in training. They were always late. But when it come to match day, right, they did the business, right? Now, for me, we're not in a position, right, to say, oh, you were late for training. You're at the team. Right, we bought Pepe for that amount of money.
Apparently, Patrick Vieira was one of the worst trainers I've heard in a few documentaries. Our ex-players have talked about how he was one of the worst trainers, but on the day, he was one of the best on the pitch.
Exactly, yeah. Mark Hughes was another one when he was at Man United. Yeah, one of the worst, right? But always did the business. You know, he turned up on the match day stand. Do you know what I'm saying? Pepe didn't even come on tonight. For me, that's disgusting. That's wrong.
See,
you put Reece Nelson in front of Pepe.
I'm trying to think about the Pepe thing, right? If he didn't start the game, then I'm thinking, okay, we've got 5 substitutions. It's a tactic. He's going to bring him on later on. Because if it was anything else, if it was some kind of a disciplinary, or would he have even made the squad? Mikel Arteta usually leaves people out of the squad. Do you remember when he left Guendouzi out of the squad? Ainsley Maitland-Niles out of the squad. When he's got a problem, he usually does that. So then my only thing then is, if it wasn't because of that, and he didn't bring him on at some point, did he have a plan B? It all fell to pieces with the changes he had to make, and for somehow he couldn't find a way to work him into the squad. I don't get it. Do you know what I'm getting at? If it's a discipline thing, he probably wouldn't have made the match day team. So,
yeah, no, exactly. You know,
are we looking at a manager? And what we're seeing is a manager. This is his first rodeo, man, calling the shots. So, are we looking at teething problems that he has to get out? Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to. I don't want to be. I'm trying to play a little bit of devil's advocate, but I'm also trying to look at it as clearly as I can. Because don't get me wrong, I love Mikel Arteta. He says everything that I want to hear. But saying and doing, they're very different things. I can say a lot of things that people want to hear. Do you know what I mean? I tell my missus a lot of things she wants to hear, especially when it comes to taking out the rubbish and washing the dishes. But I always wriggle out of it.
I'll tell you something, right? The amount of Arsenal fans who I've spoken to who did not want Arteta, right? He does a press conference. Those same Arsenal, you know, his very first press conference, right?
Did you want him? Who were you? Just to me.
No, I didn't want him.
It was your first one?
No, he wasn't even in my top 5, mate. My dream manager, my dream is Diego Simeone. That's my dream manager, right? But that's not going to happen.
Do you really want me to tell you who mine was then?
You're gone.
All right. I was at the time, I was really in the Brendan Rodgers camp.
No, yeah, I'd have taken Rodgers.
I was really into that at the time. But don't get me wrong, when I heard it was Mikel Arteta, I wasn't angry and vexed about it. I was, I don't mind him being it, but he wasn't my first choice. Now that he's the manager, he has my support. Do you know what I'm getting at? Yeah. I just wanted I've always wanted an elite manager. I've seen these players year in, year out take the piss. Right, they take the piss out of this club. Right, they don't want it. The mentality is all wrong. And for me, a Diego Simeone, Stan, is the type of manager, that profile of man, to come in and literally rip this club, right, rip it, and stamp an authority. Right, we need an authoritative figure, in my opinion. Not a nicey manager. Oh, it's all right. Like I'm your mate. Can we be friends and hopefully, you'll play for me on a Saturday? No, we need a manager like the attitude is wrong, right? If you're not doing it in training, you're out. That ruthlessness. I'm sick and tired of sentiment, mate. We have sentiment. Sentiment at this club stinks, right? I mean, at the time, don't get me wrong, I thought somebody like John Sitton would have been ideal, right? You remember that guy, John Sitton, who used to manage Leyton Orient? He told the players to bring their dinner. Bring your dinner with you, and I'll sort it out. But someone who's going to shake people up. I think Mikel Arteta can do that. I don't think he shows favouritism because I can't wait to hear what he says about Ozil. You got to think about this, right? Our highest paid player didn't make the team, and our record signing that we've invested in didn't get off the bench. It's ballsy. Yeah. It's ballsy, right? It's very ballsy.
No, it is. I could never understand why he was playing Ozil 3 months ago. He was starting every game. He wasn't doing anything. He then begs Xhaka to stay. For me, I mean, that's why I always say, Stan. I know, like me and Tel, we sort of have that little thing. But I've always said, if that was Emery, right, he'd be lynched.
Yeah.
Right. And what annoys me, because Arteta's an ex-player, he's not a legend of this club. Right. Good player, decent. Well, no legend. Right. But Arteta would get a pass for something that Emery would get lynched for. And I don't agree with that. Because no one was shouting Emery out when we went on that 25-game unbeaten run.
But let's go back to when Emery was initially appointed. There was a lot of good feeling. A lot of fans like myself decided that it was time for a change. Emery wasn't the manager that I wanted, but I wanted change. And I think a lot of fans gave him goodwill and wanted him to succeed. They didn't sort of like turn their back on him the minute he was appointed. People wanted it to work. And you remember we went on that 22-game run. There were a lot of draws in there, but looking back now, we can see how shaky that run was. But at the time when we were in that run, he had everybody's support and he had encouragement. The fans were trying to will everybody along. So I think Arsenal fans are quite giving when it comes to new managers.
No, we are, right. But let me ask you this then, right? You just said there he went on I think it was a 25-game unbeaten run. Yes, there were a lot of draws, but we were unbeaten, right?
Yeah.
And all I hear is Arsenal fans saying, yeah, but we were lucky to win some of them games. We were lucky. I don't know how we got a draw out of that. Arteta hasn't lost a game this year, right? And I hear Arsenal fans raving about, oh my God, look how much we've improved. Wow. Well, hang on a minute. 25 games last season, unbeaten. It was the same energy for that. I'm not sticking up for Emery. I don't think he's as bad as what people are making out. I agree he had to go.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. If you lose the dressing room, it's inevitable. You've got to go. Right? I will never ever give these players a pass because for me, they dance tools under him. Right? And that's what they do. That's what players do. I've seen other clubs do it. I can't forgive players, Stan, who do that, right? When you've got kids spending, you know, their pocket money, saving up to get their surnames on the back of their shirts. I keep saying that. You know, you have a responsibility to the fans, right? It's your job. It's what you're paid to do. And yet, because you don't like the man who's in charge, you're not going to turn up. I think that's disgusting. But yet we give it a pass. No. Sorry.
I mean,
nah. It's wrong.
Mikel Arteta isn't a Thomas Rosicky or a Santi Cazorla when it comes to Arsenal in my book. And what I mean by that is I like him. I like Mikel Arteta. I want to caveat that. But we got him near the end of his career. You know, he was an attacking midfielder that had to drop back because his legs had gone a little bit. And, you know, he did help us out when he came to us because we did need a player, right? But I've always thought that he's more, for me, has always been more of an Everton legend than an Arsenal legend.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a Santi or a Thomas Rosicky or a Cesc Fabregas. When I think of Mikel Arteta, you know, I always think of him as an Everton player, and even before that, a Celtic player, then an Arsenal player. Do you know what I mean? He kind of finished up us a little bit.
No, do you know what, right? The one thing I will say about Arteta, right? I watched him after the game, right? And he obviously done like the elbow thing with Pep. And I think Pep, it looked like Pep wanted to maybe have a chat with him or whatever, and Arteta just walked off. I like that, right? Yeah. Because he's hurt.
Yeah, you can see it.
I saw Kevin De Bruyne say something to him, and he didn't really respond. Again, he walked off. He looked pissed off, right? And I totally agree with that, right? I like that.
That's right. You've got to remember, he knows these players. Right? He's gone into work every day with a lot of those Manchester City players. So he knows them. It's not like just another team where, you know, he's the manager. He's worked with a lot of those players. So they're going to want to talk to him as well, right?
Exactly. And Lonestar, mate, I actually mentioned, right, Chris Wilder. I would take this man. I would, right? Especially obviously after Emery left. And I got laughed at and I got stick because it's little Chris Wilder. He's not got a foreign surname. But you know what?
Chris Waldino.
Yeah, exactly. He's the type of manager I would love to see at a bigger club with money. I would.
It's going to be Chris Wilder's next step is how. I mean, because when you think of Chris Wilder and you think of his team and the players that he has, these are players that have come up through certain leagues together. There's that sort of very insular feeling. How would it be if Chris Wilder got a job at Inter Milan tomorrow and had to walk into a bigger club with a lot of these players where each player is almost like a celebrity? Do you know what I'm getting at? These aren't sort of like working men that have come up through the leagues and have gradually gone up and earned increases in pay because of their hard work. It'd be interesting to see that, whether he can go to that next level.
Yeah,
what I would say to that is that if he's able to continue to move up at that kind of a level, then surely you've got to be looking at Chris Wilder at someone that could maybe work on an international level.
Yeah, mate, honestly, yeah, I rate Chris Wilder. I do. I even rate Sean Dyche. I think Sean Dyche is a very good manager. I do. You know, and again, I'll get stick for saying that.
He is.
I actually do like Sean. I think he's a good manager. And I think those managers, for me, have earned the right to have a shot at a bigger club. I do. I really do. Right? They never will, Stan. It's a shame. But
so you reckon that as soon as the Arabs come in at Newcastle, then do you reckon Steve Bruce is going to be given an opportunity to continue, or they're going to go straight out for the glitzy foreign name, right? You know, the Pochettinos of this world or someone.
Yeah, Steve Bruce, he's done wonders. Let's be honest, mate. Since he's been there, right, he's done a lot better than what I thought he would.
Yeah,
right. He's got some results, and they are playing for him. Right. The thing is, if they're putting all that money in, right, to buy that club, then I suppose by rights they've earned the right to have who they want, right?
A bit like Mark Hughes at Man City. He didn't quite, you know, when they made their transition and they brought in, remember, Robinho.
Yeah,
he didn't really get an opportunity to stay that long, did it? They wanted to go to that next level.
It is, mate, and you know what it is as well, right? For me, Stan, yeah, I want your take on this. Actually, I want to see if you agree with me, right? Because one of the reasons why I didn't want Arteta, listen, I've got nothing against Arteta, right? I just think when you've got a club like ours that is sinking
I bet Terry's frothing listening to us now.
Terry's going to ring me later, right, and give me a bollocking. Right? He will ring me later on.
Terry, we waited until you left, mate.
Yeah. He will ring me up later. You said what? Bless him. But well, yeah, I've got nothing against Arteta, right? The way I look at it, right, we got a club that's sinking, and for me, I wanted an experienced, elite manager, a top manager, right? You know, yes, he's going to cost a lot of money. Do you know what? Go balls deep and get, because you've got more chance of success, right? Yeah. It's not guaranteed, chance, not guaranteed, right? But we gave it to a novice. So let's be honest, that is what Arteta is. He's a novice. He's never managed before. That is a big risk, mate. Big risk, right? And I've always said, you know, give him a blank canvas, right, Arteta, right? And I think he could do something here, but he needs to be backed, yeah. But another reason, Stan, why I said it was, there are a lot of players who will go to a certain club because of who the manager is, right? The manager, for me, if you have a top level elite manager, right, that manager has got a lot of pull. And that my worry with Arteta was, will top players want to play for him? Right.
My answer to that is, I do hear what you're saying, but remember, we've done something like this once before when we brought in this unknown French guy who'd been managing in Japan. Do you remember? We didn't know, nobody knew who he was. A lot of the players probably chuckled when they saw the guy walking into the club, and it was a ballsy move. This is the one thing about the Arteta appointment that I like. It's a gamble, and there is that part of me that loves a gamble and that ballsy move. Now we've got to see whether it's going to pay off. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean? And this restart to the season, it's kind of like a little mini season. And I think if Arteta is clever, he'll be using these next games before the season finishes to really work out who needs to go and who needs to stay. Who can I rely on and who needs to go? Fuck sending them out on loan. They need to go. And I'm really hoping that's he's speaking on TV now.
10 men against them. It's a mountain to climb, but the boys didn't throw the towel, you know, and they kept going, they kept trying even until the last minutes.
We looked at your selection for the game. We noticed no Mesut Ozil, not the only player missing.
No Mesut Ozil.
Select games and make a lot of changes because you're going to have to use a lot of players the next few weeks.
I'm going to select the players on the day that we believe as a staff that are the best for the day, and that's it. Thank you.
Didn't say too much, really.
No, on my what you want? I'm still on Sky Sports. I've got David Luiz is talking.
I'm on a DAZN with Ian Wright in the studio, and they all just spoke to the Mikel Arteta. It was a mountain for the boys to climb, going down to 10 men. He sort of like the interviewer touched on Mesut Ozil not being in the team. He didn't go there at all. Obviously, he said he's a little bit, disappointed, but it was a really short interview on this channel.
Yeah. Tonight, I don't really put it down to him. I can't hear what David Luiz is saying, Stan, but from looking at him, he doesn't look like, he's like, oh, well, he don't look bothered. Do you know what? This is the thing that really annoys me about this club, yeah?
Well, I think David Luiz can probably think of 120,000 reasons why he's not bothered. And I don't want to sound cynical. But I mean, there's got to be some sense of personal pride. First of all, you weren't picked to start in the team. That should be some sort of sense of personal pride. And then when you get come in, you should be coming on thinking, right, I'm going to make a difference here. And the only difference he made was like costing us 3 points.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
That's it, right? I mean, and if you're saying that he's in his interview that he looks like it ain't no thing, well, then this guy cannot be given a new contract. And in a way, I'm kind of glad that we got this out of the way now. If this leads to him not getting any more games and not getting a contract extension, then I'd rather that we knew this now on the restart than this happened 3 or 4 games in. Do you know what I'm getting at? I'd rather get the pain and out of the way now. Thank you.
No, I get it. I've still got a feeling they will give him a contract. I do. I've just got. It's typical Arsenal, mate. He's very good in the dressing room, apparently.
It is,
whatever that means. So it, mate. It's. Do you know what, right? And people were laughing at the likes of a Gary Cahill. What's his name? Evans.
Johnny Evans. Yeah.
Johnny Evans at Leicester. You look at that and you think, do you know what? We would cry for that right now, Stan.
Exactly.
It's digital, isn't it?
Exactly. But none of them came from Brazil. It wasn't glitzy enough. It wasn't glamorous enough. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They weren't Brazilian. That's how much time it feels like that. It's like, God, don't go for the name on the back of the shirt. Go for the attributes and the traits of what you need. You know, Lewis Dunk, not the most glamorous.
I was just about to say that.
Not the most glamorous of guys, but bloody hell, I mean, you know what you're getting, right? Ben Mee,
I would take Lewis Dunk in a heartbeat, mate.
Ben Mee, another one. Not glamorous, but he holds it together in the back there.
Yeah. I've read them. Do you know what? I would even take Tarkowski at Burnley. I would.
And then there was the young lad that got away that went to Leicester, that Soyuncu.
Yeah, Soyuncu, yeah.
Didn't pull the trigger on that.
17, 18 million. Johnny Evans, at the time, we could have got him for 3.5 million, right? And he's a better player than a Mustafi, who's 35 million. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the scouting. It's all wrong, mate. I'd be happy with a no-frills defender who defends, right? They're not interested in playing the ball out from the back and, you know, all pretty, yeah? Just a no-frills defender, Stan, who can sense danger and when required, clear it. That's it.
Let me ask you now, right, on what you've seen today, right? Because the next game is coming up pretty quickly. It's on, is it Saturday? We're playing Brighton?
Yeah, Saturday,
Brighton. Yeah. Okay, and is that at home at the Emirates? I do that because there's no crowd, right?
I think it is at home, yeah.
But let me ask you, right, on what you've seen today, what fundamental changes would you make now going into the game, the next game, after what you've seen on the back of today?
The first thing I do, right, Leno would be in goal. Keep Tierney at left back.
Yeah, okay.
The likelihood is Marie's going to be injured now, isn't he? He won't. So if he's in, what's going on with Rob Holding and Chambers? I mean, where are they?
I know that Chambers, they're saying that had some kind of an injury today, and I think they said that about Lucas Torreira. Everybody else, as I understand it, is fit. But don't do what you think they're going to do on Brighton. What would you do going forward?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if Rob, I play with.
Did Holding feature in those two games that we played, those two warm-up games? Did he feature? I think he did, right? I think he got some minutes.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he did get minutes. Cool. Maybe the manager didn't like what he saw.
Oh, say for example, if just say they're not available, right? If they are injured, then you look at who we got and you think, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Are you going to put in at right back? I know that you've had a lot of time for Hector, but who would you?
No, don't rate him at all. Don't rate him at all. I would put in. Do you know what? I said it tonight. I would put in. I'd put Cedric in. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we've not seen him play. He's a Portuguese international, mate. He can defend. From what I've seen, he can defend. So for me, he's already an upgrade on Bellerin. If in the next game he puts in Maitland-Niles, I wouldn't be too upset with that because I think Ainsley Maitland-Niles is our best right back at the club. Okay. Obviously, this was before Cedric come in. He pisses all over Bellerin. So if he played Maitland-Niles, I'd be happy with that.
And if Xhaka's going to be out for a while now, that's going to be interesting because it seems that Arteta is attached to Xhaka. So it's going to be interesting to see how him not being available is going to rejig the midfield, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's literally in what's today, Wednesday, innit? It's literally 3 days' time. I don't know if Xhaka will be fit for that. Even if he was, I wouldn't play him. I don't rate him. I don't rate him.
We're trying to look at the players that we didn't see today. Who didn't we see today that we could have? We could have seen Martinelli today. We could have seen who else was there? Pepe today. Laka came on nearer the end, didn't he? So maybe there's a shout for those two to get a start. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? They've not featured at all. No,
I don't think. I mean, if you look at Saka on the left wing, I don't think he did too much wrong tonight.
No,
I'm not gonna put him in that bracket. I'm not looking. As I say, I'm not so much looking at the youngsters tonight. I'm looking at the senior players, right? But Martinelli, for me, Stan, he's got the potential to be class. right?
Yes.
You know, and he's wasting away on the bench. We need to fit this man in. Yeah, for me, Aubameyang, if he's not doing the business, Dan, and he's having an off game, get him off.
Yeah.
Right, put Martinelli up there. You know, make Martinelli push him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Aubameyang, he seems like he turns up when he wants. Do you know what I mean? We need a young and hungry striker who's going to push him. Yeah,
I agree.
Why Klopp wanted Werner, right, for Liverpool. Right, there's a lot of people saying, why would he want Werner when you've got 3 bangers up front? Right, it's because if they ever have an off game, or you know, they're not putting the shift in, I've got someone waiting in the wings, right, who's good enough to come in and take their place. It keeps everyone on their toes. It's fresh competition. That's what a big club does, Stan. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we don't do that. That's just my opinion, but you know.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how we line up now on Saturday, because I don't understand why, if you're doing everything that you can to try and keep your top goal scorer, why you would not give him his favoured position, which we've done with Saka, right? Yeah. I'm glad to see that we did that with Saka.
Yeah, no, I like Saka. You know, again, he's you know, he's we need him to obviously sign a contract, and he's not signed that. That's a bit worrying. I don't know why. But no, I like Saka. You know, but we need to. You know what I've always wondered, right? I mean, I loved Sanchez, right? And the reason why I loved Sanchez, it wasn't just because he was a bowler stand. I love that mentality, that never say die, that winning mentality, right? He's Chilean, yeah, South American. I cannot see why the club don't look at that and think, you know what, we need to tap into that market. I've never understood, like, because
Martinelli has a little bit about him, doesn't he? Martinelli has that kind of drive about him. Do you know what I mean? All right, he might run into a cul-de-sac every now and again, but when they get the ball, they're not. These are the players that don't think of passing it backwards or passing it sideways. They want to make something happen ahead of them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They drive forward. They want things to happen in front of them.
Yeah, and do you know what, right? Sanchez is one of those players. I'll name you a player years ago. I remember Billy Bonds at West Ham, right? He was one of them players. You could be 10-0. Yeah, it's on a stand. You could be 10-0 down, right? And he still thinks, lads, we can win this. Come on.
Yeah.
Impossible. But he still had that. No, we can do it. We can do it. And I love that. And Sanchez was like that. We could be 5-0 down, right? Tonight. His work rate don't drop. He still thinks he can get us out of it. Yeah. And I love that. And those players are very rare, right? But tap in the South American market. Why are they not doing it? I don't get this club. I just don't get them, mate.
Well, maybe with Edu now, Edu in the background, hopefully he was working really close with the Brazilian international team. Hopefully he's got contacts at that part of the world, because there was a couple of other players. I mean, all right, most of it's probably clickbait when during lockdown, but I did see a couple of articles linking us and talking about some young Brazilians that I'd never even heard of. But who knows?
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't know, mate. It's just. Oh, I knew I always said stand up like we'd lose, but when I think that, but there's a little part of me that thinks, oh, I don't know. We could maybe. And then you get that little bit of hope, right? And it's.
Oh, I thought we could nick a draw. I thought that we had maybe enough about us. Both teams not playing for so long that we had enough about us to nick a draw. But at the end of the day, you can't compensate for an individual error and that individual mistakes that someone like David Luiz brought to the game. You can't legislate for that. You don't go into a game planning for something like that to happen. Well, you do, which is probably why he wasn't in the starting lineup to begin with, right? Yeah. That's how you legislate for it. But then you get down to the bare bones, and you have to use that person. And what do? Rather than try and do themselves some good favours, all they do is prove to you why you didn't start him in the first place. So there's a part of me that's thinking, if he's just if David Luiz has been given rope to hang himself, and that means that we don't see him anymore, then maybe that's something that we can take away from this game. Do you know what I'm getting at? A small kind of positive somewhere revealed all this shit that we can take away.
Yeah, no, it's right. You know what it is, Stan? It's not so much. I'll be honest with you. It's not so much the result, right? That gets me.
No.
A lot of my frustrations, believe me, it's not just solely based on tonight. My frustration is I always judge a team, right, where I look at them and I think, right, when the odds are going against you, I like to see how a team bounces back, right? For me, I love that strong mentality, that winning, mentality, right? But so often with Arsenal, if it's going comfortable from it, it's all nicey, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The minute something goes against us,
it's like Goldilocks. Everything's got to be just right. Can't be too hot, can't be too cold. If everything's just right, then Arsenal will get what they want. But that's not how it works. Yeah,
it's like in this Arsenal seem to think it's, if everything's all sugar coated in this, this candy floss world, it's all, fluffy pillows and ice cream and it's all sweet and lovely and right, that's fine. But then when it goes against you, it's like the heads drop.
Yeah.
And it's all of them. I don't see anyone calling anyone out. I don't see them talking on the pitch. No. I didn't see any of it tonight. There's no communication.
As you pointed out, when we had this stoppage with the player that went off injured, you saw the difference in what Pep was doing with his players and what was going on with what was going on with our players. You know what I mean? Our players, they wanted to talk to the Man City players, whereas Pep was still organising.
Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, blimey. Guys, I just want to say just a quick message. I've just had a message here. Just want to give our apologies to Kenny Ken. I think Kenny Ken was meant to be on tonight with us, and unforeseen circumstances, it wasn't possible. So apologies to Kenny. If you're watching, mate, we love you. And we'll have you on very, very soon, mate. Kenny Ken is a legend.
Yeah, I hope you will, Kenny. It's all about the result, man.
Yeah, top man. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is, mate. It's just that it's a lack of a leader, Stan. It's I keep saying it. We've got good, decent players in this league. Look closer to home. Look in this league. There are some players in those clubs down there which are good players. Should they be given a dream move to a bigger club, they could thrive. Do you know what I'm saying? We said it earlier on, Lewis Dunk. What more has that man got to do? I mean, we can see it. So I'm saying he's a good defender. Is he world class? No. Right? But you know what? He is exactly what we need. He's a big, physically imposing centre half, right? Who does a job, right? And no frills. Does what he says on the tin.
Yeah.
Does what it says on the tin. That's what we need, mate. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, it just bugs me, mate. It just bugs me. It just bugs me. Teams nowadays don't even have to be at 100% to fucking beat us.
Yeah.
And it just annoys me. It annoys me. And it's not so much Arteta, because I want to see what Arteta needs his own players, right? He needs his own players. He can only work with this. Do you know what I'm saying? I just hope that they don't sell him out, mate, because they have the last three.
Yeah, and I just hope that it's a place that he gets the players that he wants, and he's not given the players that Raul Spinelli decides to bring in through his contact books and says, right, this is what you're working with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly. Exactly, mate. Oh, I don't know. But Brighton, by the way, is away. We're away to Brighton.
Okay. Well, this is now the next test. Yeah, we had a bad one today. Let's see how we bounce back.
Yeah.
Let's see how we bounce back. Yeah, we can't go into the next game like feeling sorry for ourselves. The next game we've got to go again.
Yeah. Love you, Doug. Doug, I would take you at centre back. No, Tarkowski, mate. Yeah, he's a good centre half, Doug. I like him. I'll take him. The one I would really like is Lewis Dunk. I've said that for a while now. Ben Mee being another one. Everyone knows about Upper Meccano. I personally like his partner, Kanate.
Yeah, I'm a big Meccano fan, but yeah, I do hear a lot of people saying as well that are close to the German league, and that a lot of people rate Kanate. Either one of those would improve us for me.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Either one. I mean, if you would think as well, right? I'm not being funny, but I'm sure there'd be if you were shrewd enough and you knew that you needed to rebuild, why wouldn't you do something where you would just take both? Do you know what?
Right? You make a great point, Stan. You make a great point, because we're Aubameyang and Lacazette. We can't lose both. We have to sell one. And in my head, Why not just keep both? Why do we always have to sell him to keep him, or we have to sell him and him to buy that player over there? Why can't we build?
Yeah.
Build.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a mishmash, isn't it? All the time. There's no ambition here, mate. And that's what winds me up, right? Lose that and bend me. Take both.
You know, they tell us we're a self-sustaining model, but we just let players leave for free. So how is that going to work? Meanwhile, we're telling our players that they've got to take a 12.5% pay cut. Do you know what I'm getting at? We're taking a 12.5% pay cut because we're not going to get into the Champions League. Well, I don't mind you taking a 12.5% pay cut, but can you buy some additions to help us get into the Champions League so that we can then be a Champions League and we don't have to take a 12.5% pay cut? It's like a mouse running around on a wheel. You know what I mean? You're not moving anywhere. You're just in the same spot. You know, they say one thing and they say another thing, and both things contradict each other.
Yeah, no, it is, mate.
No, they tried to tell us that the pay cut was because of the current situation and blah 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 blah. But then they said to us that, well, if you get into the Champions League, you get that money back. Well, then that tells me that if it's to do with COVID, how come it's so intrinsically linked to how we perform on the pitch?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it is.
I most of it with a pinch of salt now when I hear from Arsenal.
No, mate, I don't believe anything now, Stan. I don't believe anything, mate. And you know,
I tuned out when Ivan said we will do things that will surprise you. That's when I tuned out. I just tuned out after that, man. You know, when he told us that we'd be competing at the level of Bayern Munich's and we will do things that will surprise you. None of it materialised. I tuned out.
No, I'm the same as you. I mean, look, even this, look. Quotes from Louis: "I take responsibility for the defeat. I want to stay at the club, and the manager wants to keep me at the club." I think he's staying. I do. He wouldn't say that if there was he's staying, mate. He's. You know,
maybe Mikel Arteta is listening to that on TV and thinking, "Yeah, I thought that last week. now, no." So I don't know.
Yeah, you're kind of hoping that, ain't you? But then, I don't know if it's Arteta making the decisions, mate. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, who is making the actual decisions? That's something that we're yet to find out because Mikel Arteta talks to talk, and I love how he talks. But once this window gets underway, we will find out who's pulling the real strings here.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. One thing I will say, though, I love the way he talks, Arteta. I will say that. I love the way he talks. He gets it for me. He gets it.
Yeah.
You know, I do. I would say that. It's whether they back him upstairs. You know. So yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Let's hope, eh? Hope and pray.
I understand there's going to be some big announcements tomorrow, right, concerning this channel. Is that right? Is it tomorrow? I just saw someone, Lonestar, said in the comments there. Is there big announcements going to be happening tomorrow?
Yes.
I know you guys have been teasing us. You guys have been teasing us over the last week or so that there's things going to be coming in the wind. So,
yeah, listen,
I'm like really in the chat box, man. I can't wait to hear what's going on.
I said, have to wait, Stan. I can't let anything out the bag, mate. You know that. Terry's watching. He'd kill me.
I was talking to Terry yesterday, right? And I was trying to get him to tell me, but he said that if he told me, he'd have to kill me. And I was like, well, I want to see the game. So, you know what I mean? I'll wait for everybody else.
Yeah, I'll say that to you now. You're like, yeah, but I want to see the Brighton game as well, Diesel. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I mean, look, all I would say, you know, is you know, we're trying to grow the channel. Yeah, we're trying to do what everyone else is doing, Stan. You know, it's this channel for me has got a lot of potential. The reason it's got a lot of potential is because of these people that you see in this chat room. You know, we have regulars. We've got people who are really loyal to us, and for that we could stay and plod along, and you know, do what we're doing, and we can try and take it to the next level. If it works, brilliant. If it doesn't, you know what, we gave it a go. And it's very mirrored in the same way as the football, like I say. Do you know what? You know, have that mentality, go for it. If it doesn't work out, at least you tried, right? And we will forever be trying to obviously improve it because we feel like we owe it to these guys in the chat room. You know, so
you always,
yeah,
you always have a lot of regulars that come in and support the shows. I mean, you know, I always have my my little bell on YouTube set to this channel amongst a couple of others, so that I'm always aware when something's going on. And even if I'm doing a bit of background stuff and I've got you guys on, the chat box is always well supported. So big up yourselves in the chat box, and thanks for, you know, hanging out with us during these watch-alongs. And I mean, especially over the last month when there's not been any football, you know, you guys, myself and Terry as well, have done a couple of Dusk Till Dawns with trying to put some content out there. But you know, none of it's worth a damn if there's no ears listening to it, right? You know,
exactly.
So, you know, a big shout out to everybody. Who, me? I sound like Paul Ince. I don't know.
Andrew, who's that? Is that me or Stan?
Yeah, I don't know if a compliment or what, but I'm just saying, like, big up to everyone in the chat box for coming along the journey with us, man.
Yeah, no, listen, mate. These guys are great, Stan. I love them. Honestly, these guys are absolutely brilliant. The comments we get a lot of personal comments, whether it be on Insta or Twitter as well. Just obviously say they really enjoyed it, and you can't ask for much more than that, mate. You know, listen, you know, when we joined Claude, we didn't know how we'd be perceived. You know what this YouTube world is like. You get a lot of wrong-uns in here, didn't you? But it's no, on the whole, for every 1 or 2 negative trolling comments you get 20, 30, 40 brilliant people who sort of, you know, say, yeah, well done, I've really enjoyed it. So
I tell you who I missed today, Miss Melina. I didn't see Miss Melina today.
No. She's not in the chat anymore. But
did I miss that? Oh, okay. I missed that. Then you can. All right.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been it's been brilliant, mate. It's been really good. Really enjoying it. And yeah, it's you know, watch this space. More to come. More to come.
We've been going what 3 hours and 16. That's like longer than an Avengers movie.
Christ, I'm wasting away, mate. I've lost about 2 stone here, Stan. Do you know what I'm saying? So. Right, people, we're gonna come to an end now because Stan and I we need to go and munch, right? Well, I do anyway. Mike Coxwell, much appreciated, mate. Top man, Mike. Thanks for tuning in, mate. I think it's the first time I've seen you in here. Thank you very much, top man. Lone Star, Stan. When I talk about loyalty, right? Lone Star is one of them. He's up there, mate.
Yeah,
Lone Star, brilliant. Thank you.
He's always there, isn't he?
Yeah, I love Lone Star, and he always makes a comment after the show. Brilliant. Thank you. And guys, much appreciated for watching. And we shall see you tomorrow. Don't worry. Well, try not to worry about tonight. We've got Brighton next, and we're going to smash them. Come on!
Exactly. We'll make up for it.
Fingers crossed. All right, nice one. Cheers, guys. Wish you well. See you soon.
Good night, everyone.
Cheers, guys.